slot. Now it is Kevin Tomko that's going to make a challenge for the lead. Oh, Contest all over the brake handles. He's moving backwards. It is still Staff with Polkamp in the 2. Tomko sitting in the 3. Contest is still on the move. Stumphauser and Bootsy are on the move. Now Boots looking for that second place spot. But it is Staff on the outside, Polkamp on the outside. They'll jump the gap. Stumphauser joins them. He's going to pick up the 3, followed by Wade Boots for the 4. Let's go down and talk to our champion, Jamie Staff.
I was really relaxed on the gate. I've been confident all night. I believe in myself, and I just got a really good gate. Hit the first jump in front and kind of hit the second jump a little bit too low and kind of panicked. And wasn't really thinking about it, really, to be honest with you. And normally if I'm winning a big race, I'm like, I'm going to lead. But tonight I was just pretty relaxed and confident and just stoked I won it.
So that'll do it for our first edition of Pump TV. We hope you liked what you saw. For my buddy Mike Rubman down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'm Todd Harris. This has been Pump TV. We'll see you next week.
One Emmy Award-winning journalist. No one else gets to the heart of the important stories. No one else gets you inside the head of today's biggest athletes.
I never told anybody, so I'll tell you.
Going deep.
With Chris Myers.
Sundays at 9 on Fox Sports Net.
Big Ten action on Fox Sports Net. Today, it's the Conference Wrestling Championships from Mackey Arena here on the campus of Purdue University. Hello, everybody, and welcome to West Lafayette, Indiana. Along with Wrestling Hall of Famer from Northwestern, Ken Kraft, I'm Mike Lederman. This is the 86th edition of the Big Ten Wrestling Championships. And when it comes to college wrestling, the Big Ten is #1.
It certainly is, and we take pride in that. The Big Ten dominates NCAA wrestling. 72 guys qualify from the Big Ten. The next highest is the Pac-10, 43. We also have 5 of the top 8 teams, led by Iowa, Minnesota second, Illinois right behind, and the Michigan State.
And when you talk about qualifying, you're qualifying for the Nationals coming up later this month in St. Louis, but this is quite an event in and of itself. And when you talk about Big Ten wrestling, of course, the story had always been Iowa. 25 straight years of team championships, starting in 1974, going up until last year. The Golden Gophers of Minnesota knocked them off. Boy, were they happy, and Iowa's been steaming ever since.
Yes, Iowa wants to win this one. And we should point out that Iowa right now leads this championship by only 1 point. So we can look forward to a tough competition.
Well, we'll have 10 matches for you. Both the Gophers and the Hawkeyes have qualified several wrestlers in the individual championships that you will see here later today. Let's talk about a couple of key matchups. First, at 141 pounds, wrestlers ranked #1 and 2 in the country. Scott Schatzman at #1 from Northwestern, Doug Schwab 2 from Iowa. That's going to be a good match.
Yes, Schwab is the defending champion. He was ranked 1 all year. Schatzman beat him at Iowa City. They flipped it. Schatzman now is ranked 1 in the country. Schwab is ranked 2.
And let's take a look at the heavyweight division, because here another defending champion, Brock Lesnar. What a specimen he is from Minnesota. He's trying to defend against the only man who beat him this year, Wes Hand of Iowa.
Yes, and I think we're going to see a great event at that weight class. So we'll find out. Let's look for it.
Individual championships up for grabs, team championships as well. We'll be back to start things off right after this.
Old-time hockey is back. Blackhawk legends take the ice to support Blackhawk charities in the inaugural Blackhawk Alumni Scholarship Game. After the game is the 2000 Blackhawk Cup High School State Championship presented by United Airlines. Join Blackhawk greats Keith Magnuson, Al Secord, Dennis Savard, and more. Check out ChicagoBlackhawks.com. Tickets are $6 and are on sale at the United Center box office or through Ticketmaster. The Blackhawk Alumni Scholarship Game and 2000 Blackhawk Cup, Sunday, March 19th at the United Center.
right, we begin the action with the 125-pound match. Jeremy Hunter from Penn State, the defending champion here at 125. Jeremy Hunter on the right against Iowa's Jody Strittmatter. Strittmatter a junior, Hunter's a senior. Again, just to recap the college periods, it's 3 minutes first period, then 2 and 2.
In addition to be our defending champion, Hunter was the NCAA runner-up a year ago, so he's been ranked #1 in the country. Expected to win the national. And he scores the first takedown. Goes ahead, 2-0. I'm sorry, that's Strittmatter on top.
Strittmatter of Iowa right there on top of Hunter. And Strittmatter, with a 24-1 record, has lost twice to Hunter. Now with the advantage.
Yeah, this year, that one loss Strittmatter got, he lost 8-5 to Hunter in the dual meet between Iowa and Penn State. Strittmatter, you know, as a transfer, he went 2 years to the University of Pittsburgh, Johnstown, then transferred to Iowa. And he was a Midlands champion in 1998. So he's got the ability to be a great wrestler.
A minute 55 to go first period. Still the 2-0 lead for Jody Strittmatter. And there you see Hunter on the bottom, Strittmatter on the top.
And he's out. Hunter scores.
Escape.
1 point escape.
Hunter ranked #1 nationally and Strittmatter ranked #2 nationally. So it's a 1-2 matchup both on the conference and national levels.
Yep, the intermat rankings has Hunter first, as you say. Strittmatter showing a little bit more aggressiveness than Hunter at this point. He's making the shots. Of course, he got the first one.
Minute 15 to go, first period. Still a 2-1 edge for the Iowa wrestler. He is on the right. Jody Strittmatter against the defending champion.
Hunter trying to work over the top kind of a situation. Front headlock and switched off to the underhook.
And we get a stalemate. Final minute period #1. Penn State on the right. Iowa trying the shot on the left with Strittmatter.
And he's working off that, going off that right arm of Hunter's, trying to get to the right leg. It worked once for him. Now here comes Hunter in on that leg. Counter by Strittmatter.
That's plenty of time. 40 seconds here in the period, as you can see.
Lots of time. And this situation, Strittmatter would love to get a stalemate call where neither one can improve their situation. But he's countering well, and Hunter's trying to cut the corner, step around that leg. If he can, he's over it now. And he's going across the top arm. He's all the way around, but he still does not have control.
Final 15 seconds, period 1.
This is a big one. If Strittmatter can come out of this thing with no points scored, he's done a great job of countering, and it looks like he's going to get that done. Well, the Iowa fans like that.
End of period #1, and Iowa holding on to a 2-1 edge as we take a look at both these wrestlers up close. See him and the records for Hunter. Second straight year he's undefeated, ranked #1. Strittmatter 21-1, but has lost the last 2 times. He and Hunter have faced each other. Right now, Strittmatter with the advantage. Strittmatter on top here as we start period #2.
Strittmatter trying to throw those legs in, and Strittmatter, one thing that he does well is he can put people on their back for near fall points, but he's got to control them in order to do that. Hunter's making that inside, trying to catch
Hunter's
the
almost
head.
out.
He's almost got neutral. There it is.
All right, now we're even at 2. So we get the escape point, all tied at 2. Again, that is Strittmatter closest to you. Closer to you. Now he's on the left. Hunter on the right. Hunter, the defending Big Ten champion, second in the NCAAs. Time in the right corner in period 2. And back to the middle we'll go.
Both that Hunter is attempting to use more head control. There he's on Strittmatter's head.
Strittmatter's working more off the elbows to make his shots.
Saw the Penn State corner looking on.
Yes,
Troy Sunderland, the coach.
Right, assisted by Dave Hart, another former Penn State wrestler. Oh, good shot in, but he has to finish. One thing, the trend in wrestling is where you counter so tough, and oftentimes getting in is just half the way to points. And looks like right now that Strittmatter is going to get the stalemate. Hunter could not prove the situation.
Tied at 2. You see there, 42 seconds left, period number 2. Close up there of Jeremy Hunter trying to defend his Big Ten championship. He is a senior. His opponent, Strittmatter, is a junior.
Throw by, and Hunter got into that leg, but he's been there before and hasn't been able to get anything out of it.
And he's not getting anything now. Not yet. Time ticking down, and again, a stalemate.
Referee Ramirez calls the stalemate. There's Jim Zaleski on the right, Tom Brands on the left. Of course, Tom and Terry are the assistant coaches out there. All great wrestlers, Zaleski and the Brands.
In the Iowa press guide, there's a list of former Iowa wrestlers who are now coaches. I think they need 2 pages. And it's almost like the old Boston Celtics.
Yeah, that's right. Out of the stable, on to other things.
What a tradition.
Down to that final period.
All right, that's into period number 2. We are tied at 2. This is our first match, the 125-pounders. It has gone according to the draw. Strittmatter number 2, Hunter number 1. And this third period will tell.
Hunter has been tough on top in controlling his opponents. Now, he's got to come off of that. He escaped for Strittmatter.
And Strittmatter takes the lead, 3-2.
Now, in a close match, Mike, as we know, if in a close scoring match, riding time can become a factor. At this point, you must have 60 seconds more than your opponent. Strittmatter now has 56 seconds. So there's no point in riding time at this point of the match. Now, a nice move. Hunter in on that leg. Again, he's trying to trap Strittmatter's leg with his, but he's not having very much success doing it.
Minute 14 and counting. Meanwhile, Strittmatter's got the lead.
And again, you know, he's been the defender, but he's defended well and countered well. And again,
103.
That's about the 5th or 6th stalemate.
Penn State coaches. Final minute here in regulation. Strittmatter on the right, ahead of the defending Big Ten champion.
And a warning on Strittmatter. Now, that's for stalling. The next penalty is a point for your opponent if you call stalling after the first warning. We just saw that.
45 seconds.
He's called again and will tie that match up at 3-3. Which means Strittmatter now is going to have to become the attacker a bit more.
Previous matches between the two ended up in Hunter wins by counts of 5-1 and 8-5. This by far the closest. And to this point, of course, the biggest.
Now,
25 seconds.
He's after him. Now we hear some fans out there. 17 seconds.
Zaleski calling on Strittmatter, hold him for 17. Hunter trying to move in. There's your clock on the right, 10 seconds. Strittmatter holding on. Of course, the Penn State fans are the ones who are booing.
And maybe a Minnesota fan or two.
8 seconds. Can Strittmatter hold on? Here comes Hunter. 2, 1. And that's it. That's the way it ends. So we start with an upset. Jody Strittmatter, 3-2, is your Big Ten champion at 125. Well, they came into the period tied at 2. We'll show you the escape that won it. A very dejected Jeremy Hunter as Iowa.
And it's a straight kick out. Straight kick out by Strittmatter. He just keeps going. Too often guys will stop, but Strittmatter did not. Got the point.
If you want to win, here's your shot. Presenting the Fox Sports Net High School 3-point Shootout. 6 student athletes will compete at halftime of the March 20th Bulls game. To find out how to enter, see your high school athletic director.
Now there's a Chevy Venture with flip and fold seats and a built-in entertainment system.
I knew I should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
Introducing the new Warner Brothers edition from Chevy Venture, the most versatile minivan ever. One quick call can help you learn more.
Get $1,500 cash back on any Chevy Venture model, including the popular Venture LS. See your Chevy dealer today.
March Madness begins here. Number 1, Stanford. Number 3, Arizona. A top seed of the tournament is on the line. Thursday at 9:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Our next match at 133 pounds, Eric Juergens of Iowa. He is on your left against Pat McNamara of Michigan State. Juergens ranked 1, McNamara number 3 in the country, the number 2 seed in the tournament. So once again, you've got a 1-2 matchup here. McNamara Jr., as is Eric Juergens. Meanwhile, Iowa, with that big upset in the 125s, starts building on its 1-point advantage on the team championship over the Golden Gophers. The Gophers have yet to be heard from here.
Yes,
but they will be.
Well, we should point out that Iowa has 6 in the finals. We've seen 1 in Strittmatter. We're seeing the second one here, Eric Juergens. But Minnesota has 5 in the finals. So we still have a team race, but that was a huge help for Iowa with that Strittmatter win at 125.
McNamara, the defending champion here at 133. Coached by Tom Minkle. Coming off shoulder surgery, missed the first half of the year, did McNamara. Only wrestled 12 matches to this point coming into the tournament, but you know, that may be an advantage to him as he's in shape now and he's had a lot less pounding.
And there's a freshness aspect to that too, Mike, that sometimes it's a long season, but on the other hand, we'll just have to see how McNamara looks. He's looked good so far in the tournament.
He is in the green, of course, in Michigan State. Juergens from Iowa, first at the Midlands, undefeated this year coming into the tournament, of course still undefeated.
He had a great tournament at the Midlands. He's named our champion of champions, and he just has continued right on ever since.
Third a year ago with this weight in the Big Tens. These two have met 4 times previously, and they've split.
So they're 2-2.
That's it.
Well, Juergens had never won a college wrestling tournament in the Midlands in December.
It's a good way to start, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's gone on from there. He certainly is the favorite here, but McNamara is really one of those scrappy kids that just battle you all the way. Kind of stalled out there a bit. Potential stalemate situation.
As you see, still scoreless. Final 50 seconds here of period number 1. We're at the Big Ten Wrestling Championships. As you see, we're at Purdue inside Mackey Arena. Gene Cady nowhere to be found today.
He's wrestling up for the United Center,
I guess.
These two guys have a lot of respect for each other. They're trying to work their strategy and get through the defense of the other guy. Tough ties, looking for that bit of an edge to make the good shot. Juergens is working that underhook on the right side. Hasn't been able to follow up on it with anything.
Can you say where Juergens is from? Maquoketa, Iowa.
That's Maquoketa.
That's right. Just check it.
Well, as a youngster, I wrestled in Maquoketa.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Is that anywhere near Manuka?
No, a little ways at west.
Okay. Final seconds period number 1.
And we get a warning on McNamara.
Immediately, as we end the period, Pat McNamara caution. There he is. And that is period number 1 still scoreless. You see McNamara's record. We told you missing half the season because of the bad shoulder. Juergens with the number 1 ranking and the perfect record. We go to period number 2. That is McNamara in the green facing you, and Juergens in the black on the left right now.
Now we saw an indication there that the wrestler with his choice chose to go neutral. So they didn't go to the mat. Obviously that's a personal preference. It's a personal preference, and generally speaking, if you're not so good underneath, you generally feel good on your feet, so you go on the standing position, the neutral position. Oh, beautiful. Juergens hit a wonderful ankle pick. Didn't score, but it was a great counter, a great movement.
Close.
Yes.
McNamara, 3-time high school state champion in Minnesota.
Well, McNamara made a shot. It didn't look as good as Juergens. Now Juergens hits it again.
It's going to be your first points. And Eric Juergens leads it 2-0. A minute 4 and ticking.
He hit the first one well. I think he felt like I can do this one again, and it was a perfect shot. Good score.
Well, the last time the two met was the widest margin, with Juergens winning 12-6. Before that, they were all no better than a 2-point decision for either wrestler. You don't think that's on either one of them's mind at this point?
No,
As the escape here.
Yes.
2-1. 45 seconds, period 2.
Juergens is coming after him. He's starting to put some pressure on him. And one thing about getting ready for competition, you know, that's the short end of the McNamara not being in for much of the year. You've got to go through a series of tough matches to be ready.
Juergens still leading it, 2-1. Final 20 seconds here of period number 2. Juergens with the leg.
Yep. Oh, now the front head now. McNamara's looking tough for that front headlock, but he's only got 7 seconds to do something, and it doesn't look like much is going to happen in that period of time.
And that's the end of period 2. It is another close match, 2-1. McNamara says he'll take up. Start the third period.
Now, so Juergens, of course, did that neutral. That means that McNamara believes in his top position. He wants to turn him, wants to catch.
Juergens using the legs, and now still 2-1.
That is out of the norm, Mike. Most 95% of people will choose down or neutral. And McNamara, knowing that his strength is on top, chose to go the top position, even though, of course, the 1-point escape is available for Juergens.
They're stalemated here, and they'll break. A minute 31 to go in regulation in the match. We are looking again at Eric Juergens from Iowa. He is below Pat McNamara, Michigan State. He is on top. McNamara, the defending champion, Big Ten champion at this weight class.
Brings him, throws that leg in. McNamara brings him to the mat again, but Juergens wants to come up. Call the stalemate.
This will be somewhat of an upset if Juergens holds on. Again, he finished third here a year ago, but McNamara ranked number one right now.
The issue here is there's a lot of scrambling, and you would think that Juergens would be able to escape, but he does not escape. And he's ridden out. You're going to see a tie match because of riding time. And of course, now he's knocked him down good, and
riding time over a minute now.
Yep.
I misspoke. It's Juergens who is ranked number 1 nationally. McNamara number 3.
Yeah, McNamara's, if he can get the turn, obviously, then the win comes his way. But this is a tough spot here. This is a tough spot. Juergens has gotten behind that leg, and if he can bring it forward, he's got a shot at the escape or reversal.
There he goes. 15 seconds.
Oh my gosh, that is close. We're going to go right down to the very, very end.
5 seconds.
Try, if he gets his arm over, there it is, the reversal. 3 seconds to go.
And there it is again, Eric Juergens. Finished third, now he is number 1. 4-1 the final. Woo! We'll show you the takedowns here. Eric Juergens getting the applause. Lots of Iowa fans here, as you can imagine.
Here's the first point. Beautiful angle pick. Just caught that perfectly, drove through, scored the 2-point takedown. And Juergens was very, very comfortable and confident with his. And look at this. Now this goes right down to the 3rd second. His right arm's got to come up over the top of the head right there. 2 points to win the Big Ten championship in the year 2000.
All right, 2 matches down. Iowa has won them both. We'll be back.
The Cubs and Universal Studios Home Video want to send you to the season-opening history-making Cubs-Mets series in Tokyo. It's the For Love of the Cubs sweepstakes. Just send in a postcard for your chance to win. Package includes airfare and accommodations. The Cubs are the biggest thing to hit Tokyo since, well, you know who. Don't miss your chance, and make sure you go to your local video store to rent For Love of the Game, Sosa, Costner, and Sushi. Brought to you by For Love of the Game. Rent it today at Dollar Video.
Back at Purdue, the Big Ten Championships in wrestling, 141-pounders. This is one of the matches we highlighted earlier in the broadcast. Scott Schatzman of Northwestern against Doug Schwab of Iowa. Schatzman number 1, Schwab number 2 in the conference and nationally. It's going to be quite a match, Ken.
It certainly is, and I'm looking forward to this one because I didn't see the one out in Iowa City where Schatzman won, but Schwab is going to be tough. I think we got 2 tough, intense young men out here, and it's interesting. Schatzman's record is 26-1 as of right now, and Schwab is 25-1. So Schatzman's loss, by the way, was to an Oklahoma wrestler, Dave Leitner, and obviously Schwab's loss was to Schatzman.
This is Schwab coming towards you on the left. Schatzman on the right in the purple and black singlet. Of course, Iowa's is black with the gold trim.
There's going to be there's all kinds of intensity out there. And there are those that say that the winner of this match is the one that possesses the most intensity because they're so close, they're good. Who can take it the full 7 minutes or possibly 9.5 minutes if an overtime or shot in the leg there by Scotty Schatzman.
Tim Zuzewski, the coach at Northwestern.
He's accompanied right now by John Kading, assistant coach, former national champion for the University of Oklahoma in the local Chicago area.
Schwab is defending Big Ten and NCAA champion at this weight a year ago. Last time, as we said, they wrestled each other. It was a very close decision, 3-2, but as you mentioned, Ken, it was at Iowa, so it's quite a coup for Schatzman.
It surely is. When you go into that big house and win against their national champions, you've done it. It just sets you up for the next one, right?
Well, Iowa is certainly putting on the pressure on Minnesota. We'll see their wrestlers later, but Iowa leading by a point in the team championship.
Oh,
here's the first takedown.
That's a beautiful shot by Schwab, and very, very similar to Juergens' ankle pick in the earlier match.
Minute and a half gone. And period one, and Doug Schwab of Iowa, there he is, with the first takedown and a 2-0 lead.
Schatzman up from the stand-up, trying to get out of there. He's got to make the turn to do it, and there it goes. 1-point escape. Terry Brands now out with Coach Gillespie.
You can tell by the different times.
It's tough.
Schatzman
in, but he's got to finish. Good counter by Schwab. He was in there pretty nicely, too.
Final minute period number one. Schwab second at the Midlands.
And Schatzman was third.
Yep.
They both lost to the same wrestler, a former champion from Iowa, Mark Ironside.
Remember Mark Ironside? Called a few of his matches, both of us. Four-time champion.
Yes. Right. 37 seconds. First period, 2-1.
Again, that is Schatzman facing you. Schwab in the foreground.
I'm looking for Schwab to attempt that ankle pick. Might go other side, though, possibly. Front head now by Schatzman. Attempted inside trip.
15 seconds.
Ooh. There was a point there. Something could have happened. Did not.
Final second, and that's it for period number one. Flip goes to Schatzman. He elects
takedown.
Down. Just waiting till he makes it official. Trails 2-1 here.
And he's right out.
That's the escape. That's evening the match.
You know, it's kind of interesting. The crowd is just sort of waiting for something to happen. They're quiet. They're watching, but is it going to? What's going to happen to these two? 1 and 2 in the country.
So much strategy.
You know, just the attempt to control, make a shot, get the referee thinking that other guy's backing up a little more than he should be.
Schatzman tried from there, but
you know, neither one of them. They've both been out there battling, scrapping.
30 second gone, period two. Tied at 2 here, 141-pound matchup between defending champion Doug Schwab and Scott Schatzman, who right now is ranked ahead of Schwab.
Here he comes. He's coming tough. Straight in, double leg, but sprawled by Schatzman. Now he's coming, blocking the arm out. Nothing happening. Okay, no score. I find myself starting to coach here a little bit.
Go ahead.
No.
You've done it before.
He's better off without me coaching.
Well, you've seen him so often. I don't know his moves almost as well as Scott does. How active are you with the wrestling program?
Oh, I stay out of the room. I'm smart enough to do that.
That's the right answer.
That's it. Have a great interest, but
still tied at 2. Scott Schatzman on the right. Doug Schwab of Iowa on the left. So far, the first 2 matches have gone to Iowa wrestlers.
Going for their third straight. Now, Schwab has got some wrist control there. Made a shot of the left leg. You know, when we get into these guys that are so evenly matched, you're not going to see a whole lot of scoring. Generally, he tried that pick again. Now he's coming to the double. Coming to the double. And the takedown.
Schwab is ahead.
Right at the end of that period. Big takedown.
2 minutes to go. And the Iowa fans cheer.
Take a look at it. Dives in, takes him right, and there's the takedown call right there.
1 second before the period ended. So, Scott Schatzman.
Schatzman's got a something on his an abrasion on his face, I believe. There he's set to go.
Under the left eye. Here we go, third period. Schatzman on top, trailing by 2.
Schatzman has been in this tournament, really been controlling, riding people, knocking them down. He's able to turn some, but just controlling is quite an effort, something to accomplish. See where he goes. He's got to make a decision whether he rides him or lets it essentially looks like he's going to score on him anyway. There's the escape for Schwab. Got the what appeared to be a big lead. 5-2.
5-2. Double check the score. There we go. Schwab ahead.
Schatzman's going to have to open up on the attack. You can't be down 5-2 because right now, oh, Schwab made a nice move in there, which means he's going to be looking for his stuff. He's not going to sit on the 5-2 lead. Definitely, Scott Schatzman has to be the attacker, the aggressor.
What's your time coming up to 1:10? Scott Schatzman, Northwestern, ranked 1. Doug Schwab, ranked 2. Right now, Schwab with a pretty good lead on him. 3 points.
Well, Schatzman now taking some pressure at him, but he let him circle back to the center, so now he's got to make the shot. Here he comes again, countered by Schatzman on the single.
38 seconds to go.
He's got to go. He being Schatzman.
Well, Schwab is certainly not sitting on that lead. He is staying as aggressive.
He is wrestling tough. They are both warriors, those two guys.
And we've seen the officials. They're not hesitating calling stalling warnings.
But no. They have been battling both those guys. 20 seconds. Schatzman's got to do a lot of work in 20 seconds. He's got to take him to his back to be in this match. And he hasn't even got a takedown yet. So, oh, front head by Schwab.
Final 10
Coming
seconds.
back in. It's a great place for Schwab to be.
Iowa fans start to cheer. They know what's up. 1 second left.
1 second.
And they'll finish it out just like that. 5-2.
5-2.
One more time for the Hawkeyes. That story never should have beaten them last year. It just makes them angry.
Well, that was, if someone said it was a wake-up call and he was wide awake in this one,
Yes,
he
sir.
deserved that win.
Haven't slept in a year. Watch it here on the takedown.
Straight in, beautiful double lift. Take him to the mat, and the score of the takedown. That was the second one.
Okay, coming up next, the 149-pounders, as we'll show you the other takedown here by Schwab. Right at the end of the second period.
Gave him that 4-1 lead.
And next we will see our first Minnesota wrestler when we come back.
There are 2 teams going out on the field today, and only one will come back a winner. We're at the 17th hole. Here's the putt. Go out there and do your best. Yes! And this is a Cinderella story.
Sports can teach her how to dream.
I love you guys.
You can help her dream big.
Oh, yeah! They're killing me.
Here are the team standings, and you see that Iowa has built a big lead over the Golden Gophers. Now remember, there are several matches yet to come, and the Minnesota wrestlers haven't appeared yet, and they only have one fewer finalists than Iowa does, but Iowa is so far 3 for 3. They're going to be tough to catch.
Yes, they are. In fact, as this is developed, Minnesota's going to have to win 4 championships to pull this one out, it looks to me. And that might not win it for them. They've got 5 left. And, of course, Iowa has 3 more.
All right, our first Minnesota wrestler, Jared Lawrence, against Illinois' Adam Tirapelle. This is the 149-pound weight class. Tirapelle finished 3rd a year ago. Lawrence is a freshman, and he has certainly made an impact. As you look at Adam Tirapelle, coached by Mark Johnson, coached by his dad, Steve, in high school. And meanwhile, Jay Robinson, of course, the longtime coach at Minnesota and the coach of Jared Lawrence, who was from, he and his brother both wrestled in Sandpoint, Idaho. And
of course, the seeds in this weight class, Jared Lawrence was seeded 1st, but Adam Tirapelle was seeded 3rd. So these are our finalists. Nationally, Lawrence is ranked number 3 in the country. Tirapelle is ranked number 5. So Tirapelle is the favorite. I'm sorry, Lawrence is the favorite.
He had a 50-50 shot. Meanwhile, Lawrence looking to become the first freshman in a Minnesota singlet to win a Big Ten title in 12 years. Last happened in 1988.
That's really an accomplishment in this conference, as we know. I mean, you're a freshman, you win it, boy, you're something special.
One minute gone by, still no scoring. We're at 149 pounds. Tirapelle of Illinois. As you look at the Illinois corner, Johnson in the middle.
Jim Heffernan, Mark, left, assistant coach. There's been a very, very successful staff down at Illinois. Currently ranked 5th in the country. Two wrestlers are attempting to feel out, see what's available to them, what their opponent may be giving them, setting their moves up. But at this point, they're still trying to work toward it. Ankle picks have been a bit noticeable in this finals.
Tirapelle out of Clovis, California, 3rd in the Big Tens last year, 3rd also at the Nationals. And again, the way it works, of course, is the top 7 in each weight class go on to the NCAAs. There'll be 3 wild cards from all the weight classes, and the Big Ten, again, will be well represented. No doubt better than any other conference, almost to the tune of 2-1. At least that was the case last year. What were you saying at the beginning, Ken, that they had 72 qualifiers in the next closest conference?
43. That's the Pac-10. And the stats, the results of the NCAA tournament is the teller of that. That determines how many qualifiers there are. The Big Ten continues to win a great number of matches at the NCAA.
Final 30 seconds, period number 1. Still no scoring at 149 pounds.
Thought Tirapelle had a shot, but I tell you, they're both. This is the first time either one's been in the finals of the Big Ten, and that carries its own toll. Well,
you talk about Lawrence being a redshirt freshman. A lot of the freshmen, what they do, Ken, and you can talk more about this, is while they don't compete on the college level, they wrestle unattached in a lot of these tournaments.
Yes, they do. As a redshirt year, they do compete in various places. Got hit. Tirapelle got popped. But Tirapelle makes a shot here into that, trying to take it by, and he just didn't get in deep enough. And a nice recovery by Lawrence. Take a look at it. Boom. See, he picked that foot up as he went by. Lawrence did, and just a nice look, and not much happened. There he is, redshirt freshman. Sandy Point, Idaho.
Sandpoint, Idaho.
Nice stop there. Looks like he's okay. I think he just got stunned.
Down to about 45 seconds and counting on the injury time.
But he's all right. 40 seconds left in his injury timeout. Minute and a half being the max.
And back we go. Final second period number 1, and they will go to period 2, tied scoreless. Now, while we have a minute, we'll tell you the broadcast rights to this event have been granted to Fox Sports Net solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the express written consent of Fox Sports Net and the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. Along with Ken Kraft and Jim Corno Jr., our Fox Sports Net producer-director, I'm Mike Lederman. And this is Big Ten Wrestling, the 86th Big Ten Championships here at Mackey Arena.
Brent Lawrence chose the down position and came up with the first nice move. Couldn't get an escape yet. Now Tirapelle's starting to put the pressure on for the top position.
Don't forget it's Jared. Brett's his brother. He wrestles too. Back to the middle we'll go. No score, a minute 31 to go. Jay Robinson on the left.
Joe Russell, long-time assistant. There's the escape. So now we're at a 1-0
for Minnesota. Mentioned Tirapelle, the junior, and Lawrence, the freshman.
Yeah, it's not often the freshman is the favorite, but in this case, Lawrence defeated Tirapelle during the year, as I understand it. He got the #1 seed. Both wrestlers cautious in this match. Don't seem to see an opening out there on the takedown.
Lawrence of Minnesota still leading 1-0. Final 30 seconds period number 2. Adam Tirapelle of Illinois gets out of the circle and will come back.
Lawrence was the aggressor in that series. That elbow chuck off by Tirapelle.
Final 10 seconds period 2.
Here's the two may go to that third period. Figured I'll win it in the third. Oh, nice little chuck off with the elbow again by Tirapelle.
And we've been through 5 minutes. Take a look at that last bit of action from period 2.
He caught him leaning. Look at that. See, and he didn't follow up because Lawrence went right to the mat there.
I'll see if Tirapelle can make the escape and even things up here as we go to the final period.
He's out.
And that no sooner said than done.
Well, here we go back to the standing, and neither man has been real close. There's been a couple shots, but nothing close. Tirapelle seems to like that right elbow control. Move off of that. Lawrence taking a head outside shot. Tirapelle's right leg. But again, he didn't get the penetration he needed.
Let's see if Tirapelle's experience means anything here in this final period. A championship match. This is where experience might normally tell.
That's right. But if I was going graded, I'd say the aggressiveness. Oh, as I say that,
there he goes.
There's a takedown. Getting ready to say the other man was the aggressor. A nice move by Tirapelle to go up 3-1. And
1 minute. Lawrence is working his way out.
They go back to the center.
Now if Lawrence gets the escape.
There's Jay Robinson.
3-1 lead for the wrestler on top. Sorry, Ken.
Yeah, Jay was encouraging and urging over there to have Lawrence fire out quick, come back, score the takedown. That's what he was hoping to do.
And from Minnesota's standpoint, in addition to the individual championship, they need as many team points as they can get now with Iowa's
shoulder
incredibly
roll
fast start.
Attempted
and a
stalemate.
potentially dangerous hold.
Right at 30.
Seconds, yeah. Tirapelle leading 3-1. That one takedown earlier in this period. Jared Lawrence, the freshman. And we got a stall warning.
Stall warning on Tirapelle. You must take your opponent back to the mat in that circumstance, standing behind him. Tirapelle made a quick peek at the clock.
15 seconds. And now down to 13. Tirapelle and Lawrence, look at the action.
Shoulder roll. There he gets his one. He's coming right back. He knows his time is limited. There was two. And there was a,
and that's the way it ends. Adam Tirapelle, as a senior, gets a Big Ten championship, gets a
point riding time.
Oh, the riding time was 1:30, so it's a 4-2 decision. So good things are not happening for Minnesota, and Jared Lawrence fails to finish this part of the season undefeated.
See, takes that elbow cross, straight dive into the double. Beautiful move. The takedown that Tirapelle really won the Big Ten championship with.
And watch here the flip coming up.
And here's where Lawrence decides, I'm going to do the shoulder roll all the way across. Tirapelle keeps hip to hip. Keep your hips close to your opponent. You got a shot at keeping control. That's where the stalemate was called.
All right, the crowd is ready for the 157-pounders. We'll bring them to you in a minute. Stay tuned. You're watching Big Ten Wrestling on Fox Sports Net.
There are two teams going out on the field today, and only one will come back a winner. It's up. It's good. We're at the 17th hole. Coach, you gotta put me in. Here's the putt. This place is rockin'. Oh, yeah. So I want you to go out there and do your best. And it's a Cinderella story. Yes!
Sports can teach her how to dream.
I love you guys.
You can help her dream big.
They're killing me.
Well, it's been called the Nightline of sports talk shows. Jim Rome interviews the biggest names in sports on The Last Word. Rome just voted the 75th most influential person in sports by the Sporting News. Don't miss Jim Rome on The Last Word. Weeknights at 6:30 and 11:30 on Fox Sports Net. Were you ever voted the 75th? Anything, Ken?
I'm still working on the top 75,000.
Okay. Here's a match that pits the 1 and 2 college teams head-to-head. T.J. Williams, a defending NCAA champion from Iowa, against Luke Becker, redshirt freshman from Minnesota. They have met once. It was an 11-10 victory just a couple of weeks ago in Minneapolis for T.J.
Yes, that gave Becker some real credibility, holding T.J. to that score.
Becker ranked second in the conference, 9th nationally. T.J. 1-1. That's T.J. in the black and Becker in the gold singlet. And there's T.J. with the first takedown.
Beautiful arm drag by T.J. Williams. And of course, when you say Williams and wrestling, you say Williams.
You say T.J., you say Steve, you say Joe.
On and on.
The whole family wrestling for Mount Carmel High School in Chicago, and their high school coach Bill Wick is here.
Yes, he came down today to see the former wrestlers that have competed.
TJ, a 4-time state champion in Illinois. And the escape for Becker, so it's 2-1.
Well, the team race, we've got the team race right to this match. If TJ wins this match, Big Ten champion is Iowa. If Becker wins, it's still open, but it's there's the second takedown. TJ throughout the tournament, honestly, has looked not as good as TJ normally looks, but boy, he's looking good right now.
Well, we know he's had a bad shoulder, and that was really giving him trouble in the semifinal, which he just managed to win, really, 2-1.
Right.
Over Griff Powell of Illinois.
He sure doesn't look like he's struggling at all. There's Marty Morgan, assistant coach at Minnesota, former NCAA champion, Big Ten champion.
Marty definitely looks like a wrestler. Absolutely.
Well, that he was.
Yep.
All start by TJ. Just caution.
Just about half the first period gone, and TJ coming out very aggressively against the freshman. Becker, 27-8 overall this season. Won the Bison Open up in Fargo. Won 3 straight titles in high school. Cambridge, Minnesota.
In control. TJ's got control of Becker.
There's a good look at TJ Williams.
TJ looked to the coaching corner to determine whether they felt he should ride him or they should release, and he's riding. He decided let's control, knock down your opponent, break him down, and there could be some back points available or a fall.
TJ riding under a minute to go. You see, first period lets him out, so it's 4-2, but obviously that was an allowed escape.
And he built himself up to 115 on the riding time. Jim Gillespie, Terry Brand.
TJ won this event at the Big Ten Championships, then went on to win the NCAAs. Had some injuries, but he's certainly proven that his decision to go to Iowa put him in fast company. He was more than able to keep up.
Yes, definitely. His first year at Iowa, he came into the Midland tournament and won it. However, this year he was defeated in the finals by a graduate, Chris Bono, former Iowa State wrestler, defeated him. Bono's working toward and hopes to make the Olympic team, but there's a lot of people trying to do that.
It's probably a good experience for TJ too. He's never been defeated by a collegiate in his college career.
Right.
But when you wrestle against the graduates, well, you know, you're stepping up a notch.
That's right, and it probably did help him.
And Becker's getting a bit of an education here.
He's down.
Four to 2, TJ Williams on top with the lead. Becker trying to escape, and TJ's not going for it.
No, he's looks like he's going to control for a while now. I don't know if there's going to be a change in strategy.
Gabe's looking at Brands.
And then he decided he's going to go Olympic start.
Yeah, they're going to give him the escape.
Yep.
Okay, it's 4 to 3.
Well, the Minnesota coaches have.
He's got Becker's legs.
Yeah, that's going to be the third takedown of this match. It's hard to say the Minnesota coaches have said, hey, let's go, open up. And Becker just hadn't quite found the spot to open. Marty Morgan, Mark Schwab in the corner for the Gophers.
Once again,
release.
Escape, yeah. 6 to 3. But TJ is controlling this match and has done so from the whistle.
Well, he's awfully good. And, brings so much experience.
Doesn't look like he's injured today.
No, he sure doesn't. got that length that he uses to his advantage. The tallest of the Williams boys.
They all came out of that, it's called the Harvey Twisters program.
The Harvey Twisters, you got Kids Wrestling Club. There we go. Becker makes a shot. They're off the mat, however.
Second period coming to a close. And also the chances for Minnesota's retaining the team championship.
Yes, they look slim and none, and Slim left the room.
Go.
Thought that TJ might just fire one more takedown this period, but appears that they're going to waltz this one out. Period. 4 seconds to go.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes to go. TJ Williams of Iowa at 157 pounds, a 6'4" margin over Luke Becker of Minnesota. TJ officially junior eligibility, although it's fourth-year junior.
Right. Okay, TJ chose down, scored the escape.
That was quick.
Yep. Little sit turn.
What does he do here, strategy-wise? He knows he can take him down.
Well, you know,
you go for a pin here, or you don't want to take the risk. And
well, I think the key right now is probably if he's got a shoulder problem, he's got a physical problem.
Another reason.
He's got 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks to go wrestle and defend his national championship. I suspect he doesn't have much of a problem, but you don't want to take unnecessary. Oh, look at that action!
Becker tried the shot.
Yeah, it was. Then TJ snapped him down, spun behind him, and Becker just fired all over. That was a good bit of action. There's Morgan trying to get Becker to get something going. Do it again. Becker with the hanging over the elbow as opposed to taking the control.
There you see the time, right-hand corner, coming up to the final minute of this match. And TJ Williams of Iowa very much in control, more so than even the score would indicate.
Well, when you're behind, I think you've got to look to shoot it. You've got to look to shoot it. And that's Becker. There he goes. Nice move in. Not able to follow. Couldn't follow it up. Now he's double underhook. Becker's double underhook, and TJ doesn't like that, and TJ's now been warned for stalling as he attempted to pull off the mat and did pull off.
Official had a few words to say to Williams. Final 30 seconds here of this match at 157 pounds. 3 takedowns for Williams. A series of escapes for Becker has been it, and most of those have been allowed escapes.
Now,
there he goes.
Then the counter move by TJ after Becker made the nice move, and look at that move from behind.
That'll get you 2.
Very nice, very
Final
nice.
seconds, 1 to go.
1 second.
9-4 right now. Williams has just closed the door on Becker and Minnesota. Hold on 1, there you have it. TJ Williams, a 2-time Big Ten champion, with a lesson to the freshman Luke Becker of Minnesota. 9-4, the final decision. Show you one of the takedowns of the 4 that TJ had.
There we see, drives straight in on that. A solid double leg tackle. Drives straight through it, covered up. There's the 2 points, TJ Williams. Now we're going to see the action where we saw a shot by Becker. TJ spin the other way. Becker making the nice sit turn. No score either side, but a whole lot of action.
So another victory for Iowa. They're a perfect 4 for 4. And we'll have the 165-pounders when we return.
Investigated, respected. One Emmy Award-winning journalist.
Are you drug-free now as we sit and talk?
Television's first Emmy-nominated weekly sports magazine.
The perception, Jerry, that there was a cover-up.
No one else gets to the heart of the important stories.
Let's face it, the sport is barbaric.
No one else gets you inside the head of today's biggest athletes.
I never told anybody, so I'll tell you.
Going Deep.
Chris Myers.
Sundays at 9 on Fox Sports Net.
From the new Comiskey Park to the legendary Wrigley Field. From the Bulls Berto Center to the Blackhawks locker room, prepare to go behind the scenes of your favorite Chicago sports teams.
Watch Full Access Saturday at noon on Fox Sports Net.
Hockenheim, Schumacher, McLaren, Ferrari. Formula One 2000 season premiere, the Australian Grand Prix, Sunday at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Net.
Well, there are the team standings. Iowa's going to run away and hide from the Golden Gophers here. The head-to-head meeting between the two in that last weight class went to T.J. Williams of Iowa. Minnesota has yet to win. And you can see the distance widening. And as you say, Ken, officially, Iowa has won the Big Ten. Unofficially, they've won the Big Ten championship back after that one break following 25 consecutive conference championships. On to the 165-pounders. Brad Pike will try to get things going for Minnesota, which has had a long final so far. Brad Pike, though the underdog against Don Pritzlaff. Pritzlaff of Wisconsin won this event a year ago in overtime. So he's looking for his second Big Ten championship. And he is our first and only representative of Wisconsin here. Brad Pike. He is a junior, 16-4 overall, 6-2 in the Big Ten this season. And this is his first championship match. He and Pritzlaff have met once, and the Wisconsin wrestler has won that one rather handily, 7-3.
And Pritzlaff is the favorite. And we'll just see how they come out here.
Pritzlaff undefeated so far in the duels. 30-2 on the season.
Ranked second nationally.
And Pike is
ninth
or 11th. Got a ninth.
Yeah, the most recent ranking. Putting it ninth. Pritzlaff had a cousin wrestling at Penn State who finished up last year and won the NCAA championship.
He is from Lyndhurst, New Jersey, and Brad Pike, another of those homegrown Gophers from Brownsdale, Minnesota. No score here. That is Pike with his back to you. Pritzlaff of Wisconsin breaking that wrist hold.
Both of those states you just mentioned, like a great high school program in Minnesota. There's a lot of collegiate wrestlers, as does New Jersey. And people don't recognize that as much in New Jersey because the state institutions collegiately haven't had great teams, but they've got a lot of great wrestlers out of that state.
Well, New Jersey should be happy to be proud to know it's known well for something, right?
Yes. Again, early work, trying to set the takedown, looking for something that'll work. There, Pritzlaff, throw by, under the arm, forces that underarm on his left side, Pike's right side.
Barry Davis, the Wisconsin coach, calling out instructions to Pritzlaff. We get a stalling call on the Minnesota wrestler Pike.
Mm-hmm.
No point to duck.
Oh, now he goes the other side.
Got the left leg. Pritzlaff does a Pike.
Consolidate.
Gonna get him down. Look at him work
There
that
it
right
is.
leg.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, the roll through. And the escape.
So it was a very quick sequence there with the takedown, roll through, escape, 2-1 for Pritzlaff.
There was some concern in the stands whether that should have been an actual takedown, whether control, but it's on the board, 2-1.
Pritzlaff is doing a lot of set work toward his opponent's right leg, but the real leg he wants is the left one. That's what he scored at again, and now he's in on it again.
They try to sweep that right one.
Didn't get it. He's giving the sense that he wants the left leg early in this period.
As we end period number 1, Pritzlaff on top. There's Barry Davis.
Great wrestler at the University of Iowa. Silver medalist in the Olympics. 3-time NCAA champion. And his wife was an Olympian distance runner.
Ah.
They have 2 daughters.
Other than that, you don't know anything about it. Start of period number 2. That's Pritzlaff on top, and the escape.
That was almost a straight somersault, we'd call that one. But it worked.
And we're tied at 2.
Now you got Pritzlaff forcing the issue, forcing the pressure.
Let's take a quick look at that flip. I guess we won't, but it earned him a point, so we're even at 2.
Usually you do a spin on that rather than the straightforward. I think he just kind of got caught up with Pritzlaff and didn't do what he wanted to do, but it still worked. Pressure by Pritzlaff.
Here's that.
Here he goes. Now see, he's going to try and clear the leg, but oh, it was almost a headstand. Maybe we've created a new move in the game.
That was worth a point. Yeah, had a little breakdance look to it. 2-2, a minute 17 to go, period 2 at 165 pounds. It's Red Pike, Minnesota on the right. Don Pritzlaff, defending champion at this weight, on the left. Pike tried for the right leg, the left leg of Pritzlaff.
Now Pritzlaff was going 2-1 on the arm, then released. 2 of his hands on his opponent's arm. Pritzlaff has been forcing the issue here. Half shot.
Back we come, 47 ticks left to go.
Here's the coach, the veteran coach, Jay Robinson of the Gophers. Built that great program up there.
It was quite an event last year when Minnesota won the championship.
Yeah, there were a lot of Golden Gopher people very, very happy. And it's just made the whole controversy that much stronger, Mike. Everybody's rising toward the top. Jay wrestled at Oklahoma State, wrestled in the 72 Olympic team. There's a point.
Point going to Pritzlaff.
Pike was backing up too much and got caught.
That's a second stall call, so.
Now, still not a takedown here. He was close, but he didn't get the 2. The clock is running down.
2-1, and that's it. All right, a tight match here. Pritzlaff will be down.
Pritzlaff's got that 3-2 lead at this point. Stand up.
And he's out. Oh, wait a minute. Pike is injured. Yeah, he took a shot on the way down. I think right on his right shoulder.
I think he may have actually hit his head.
There we go. They head-butted too, and then his head hit the mat.
Yeah. It was the back of Pritzlaff's head as they came down. See, there you go. Up. Now there's a lot of force right here. He hits, and then second hit, I believe. Oh, but now he's looking at his leg, so that's how much we saw in that replay.
Yeah.
Probably got caught as they went back and went over it. Oh,
it's the right ankle.
The ankle. It's caught underneath.
That's the injury time in the corner, by the way.
Trying to walk it off.
We're in the third period, just the start of things here. Now we're running down injury time. Pritzlaff ready to go, and Pike presumably will be too in short order. Only 3 seconds into the third period. 3-2, Pritzlaff, Wisconsin.
Trying to get his stand.
And now he gets the escape point, so it's 4-2.
It's the right ankle. I'm watching Pike move, see how he moves off of that. What? Looks okay so far. Yep. Blocked the head coming at him.
.120 left, third period.
Working that underarm on his left side. Pike's right arm.
Pritzlaff has just cruised through this tournament. His matches have been won 14-4, 15-3, and 4-1.
Yeah, he's been the man in this weight class. I think he's got a real shot of going to that national tournament and possibility of winning that title. Good possibility.
40 seconds and counting. Still a 2-point lead for Don Pritzlaff of Wisconsin. On your left.
Yeah, you know that score of 4-2. Well, now as Pritzlaff has gone in nicely to that leg. He's awfully good at consolidating the takedown. Try to see if it works now.
Right. Yeah.
They're coming back with what I call the dump move. Didn't get it. And the longer you stay with them and you get closer to the edge of that mat, there he is, attempting again.
Final seconds here, and it's all Pritzlaff now. He's got the takedown as we finish up. 6-2. Nice finish. Jay Robinson's getting a long face because his wrestlers have yet to win here in the championship. Pritzlaff of Wisconsin, now a two-time champion, a 6-2 win at 165 pounds. So the Badgers' lone finalist is successful. Watch here.
Pritzlaff up with that leg again, and he still does not have that takedown, but this is a close one down. There's a 2-point call. Pike spins right through and gets one. That was a 2-1 at that point in time.
And here in the final seconds.
Right here at the end of the match. And here actually Pike is attempting to do a throw, possibly throw Pritzlaff on his back, but obviously it didn't work. Pritzlaff scores the 2 points to finish it up.
All right, we will be moving on. The 174-pounders will see an Iowa wrestler again against a Wildcat. Coming up next.
Is the ball part of you? Does the grass carry you? Is the water there to catch you? Do you dream big? Do you?
People don't believe I'm disabled. So what? We might be slow at one thing, but great at another thing. I think Special Olympics is wonderful. It changed my life. I'm happy. I'm wonderful. And I think that's great.
Next up, the 174-pounders, Mark Bybee of Northwestern against Gabe McMahan of Iowa. Bybee ranked 4th nationally, McMahan 3rd. Check it, McMahan 3rd, Bybee 4th in the Big Ten Conference. And they're ranked 8th and 10th, respectively, nationally. There is Bybee, who is in his 6th year at Northwestern. State champion from Illinois as a high schooler, and here's Gabe McMahan coming out of Iowa. And this should be an interesting matchup because neither of these guys, neither of the wrestlers were 1-2, was 1-2, with McMahan knocking off Ben King of Illinois, the 2 seed, while Bybee a 4-3 win over Cole Clausen of Wisconsin. And
Clausen was the #1 seed, of course, so we do have but this weight class, very honestly, very close from top to bottom. And we've got 2 wrestlers out there. They have wrestled each other a number of times. And the last one was the dual meet against Iowa. Bybee lost 7-6.
They're checking him right now. There's a little
medical problem. Headgear problem.
It's
the equipment timeout. And trying to get that thing secured.
Just starting this match.
You mentioned about Bybee being 6th year. He's sort of our Eschmeyer of wrestling.
You're Evan Eschmeyer of wrestling, yes. But he's finishing with a flourish. Here he is in his first Big Ten championship match.
Well, a year ago, by the way, he was second to none other than Joe Williams. But he's had some injury problems, obviously, and has had a pretty good year. He's not especially pleased with his year, and this is a shot for him to win the Big Ten championship and go to the Nationals and be a factor there. This weight class nationally is very even as well. So consequently, these 2 fellows could be meeting for the NCAA finals, even though they're 8th and 10th, I believe. But not much difference between any of the wrestlers. Bybee's out of Alaska. As a matter of fact, his head coach in high school was Jim Zaleski's older brother, Lenny.
Wow. Now, where is he from in Alaska?
It's not Makokata.
No, it's Gakona.
Gakona, Alaska. And Lenny, by the way, has since returned to the lower 48 and is the assistant coach at Indiana University.
Bybee from a more conventional hometown, Chicago.
Yeah.
He went to St. Lawrence High School.
Former state champion, and he called his matches there, I'm sure.
Did a few.
He's an unorthodox wrestler. He's awfully good in what we call scramble situations. He just has this wonderful sense of where he is and where his opponent is if he gets into a scramble. Of course, if you're his opponent, you don't want to get in that situation. You want to make everything clean and make it work.
Bybee with his back to you, Gabe McMahan, the Iowa wrestler. That would make it, if McMahan wins, that would be 5 for 5, right, for the home match?
It sure would be. The purple is hoping that Bybee will step in. Oh, nice move by McMahon, and didn't catch it before he in on that leg nicely. Bybee was forced to step out of that. Inside the minute now of this first period.
And we are still scoreless.
Bybee makes the shot. Now,
does he get it? Not yet.
Not yet. He's in, but he's got to consolidate.
He's got 30 seconds. He's got some time.
There, now, I thought he had to go arm across to make this thing work. And McMahon is
close, and he got it.
He got the 2. McMahon trying to counter it.
First takedown of the match, and Mark Bybee.
Now the key is to keep control for the end of the period so you don't have a 1 point at the end to make it 2-1. 5 seconds. And the period's over.
So Mark Bybee with the takedown. And I believe that's the first time Iowa's been behind today.
In the finals, yeah. It took a little while. He got the arm across for the double leg, and you see the 2-point takedown for Bybee.
Bybee takes down. McMahon now up top, trailing 2-0. Start of period 2 at 174 pounds.
Man,
good escape.
Nice escape. Started to roll and just came to a sit out and spun out for the 1. 3-0 lead for Bybee. a lot of wrestling to do, however. Oh, nice move by McMahan. In deep, high crotch move. Again, he's got to consolidate.
Look at this. Bybee's in trouble.
Yeah,
now he gets out.
The backs, but see, there's no control yet.
Right.
However, you can be pinned at any time those blades are on the mat for 1 full second and a stalemate.
Bybee 14 to go, second period.
Here's where McMahan made the beautiful high crotch move. Okay, back to live action here.
A potentially dangerous hold called, so they'll restart here.
Here we see Bybee's fighting off the takedown by McMahan, and those blades were close, but no cigar in this case, and ended up in a stalemate.
Under a minute to go now as we come back to live action. Mark Bybee on the left, Gabe McMahan from Iowa on the right. Bybee, of course, from Northwestern. McMahan, a junior. Bybee, you mentioned, the senior.
.32 seconds, second period, 3-0. Bybee's going to have to step it up, in my opinion. Now here's a scramble. Here's the scramble thing that Bybee's good at, but looks to me like he has to climb it up. He's looking to climb it up.
20 seconds and counting.
Which means to me he's got to get up there on top.
He's working at it now.
And he's got the takedown. That's that scramble situation that Bybee is so good at.
And a 5-point lead here. McMahan trying to get up, and we are through 2 periods. Mark Bybee with a decent, if not commanding, 5-0 lead over Iowa's Gabe McMahan.
The one thing I've learned, if you're wrestling an Iowa wrestler, if there's any time left, you better be ready. So I think Bybee has got a nice lead, but you better wrestle tough for these next 2 minutes. Again, Bybee scrambling. He's still in control, technically in control at this stage. Now he's going to try and roll those hips through, McMahon's hips through. Then he's got to come up high. Trying to hang on that leg to maintain control. And the enemy is the clock for McMahan. There's the reversal.
And that's 2 points for Gabe McMahan.
And the release. See, McMahon's going to release, and he's going to go to the takedown.
That was a gutsy move by McMahan, but he figured he's got more of a chance that way.
Yeah, that's what
he's going to try for a pin.
That's what he's going to work toward.
Final minute here. Northwestern's Mark Bybee trying to hold on.
Bybee's trying to take those hips through. He's got to go through, and if he does, he's got a chance to go on his own control. There it is. Takedown, Bybee.
And reverse takedown. It is now 8-2. And the Northwestern fans, including gentleman to my right, we have full disclosure here. The senior associate athletic director and absolute wrestling maven, breathing just a bit easier.
Well,
it's okay to say that your guy's doing all right.
Oh, I thought I said the Northwestern fellow.
Oh, the Northwestern fellow. No, you did.
24 seconds.
8-2.
Bybee is something. Looks the right knee. He's had trouble with that knee on occasion.
Coming this far, he's could be a cramp. Started the clock, the injury clock. You see it? We'll show you the action here that led up to the injury. Maybe we can tell what happened here. Bybee on top.
Bybee oftentimes gets in these, as they say, these scramble situations, and legs are bent various ways. He's got a lot of flexibility in his body.
Yeah,
but
you see it's left leg of
McMahan right at the knee at this point in time, but I can't see where that would give him a problem there unless something here happens. He might catch it underneath.
Well, injury time is 30 seconds.
And
Bybee's going to give it a go here.
He's up. 24 seconds to go.
To ride it out. And you know McMahan is just chomping at the bit right here. And you also know that they're not going to allow a reverse. Here goes McMahan.
Yeah, the key for Bybee is to keep those shoulder blades toward the ceiling.
15 seconds.
And as he wrestles, he's oftentimes what they do. He wrestles on his backside a few times, down in 7 seconds.
He's going to make it.
He's going to do it.
Mark Bybee from Northwestern wins the 174-pound class. Tim Krzyzewski very happy there. As you would expect.
Jack Griffin, assistant coaches. Super job.
At the writing time, it's a 9-2 decision.
Well, I don't like the looks of that knee. He's limping it off. Here, I looked down and it looked like McMahon's right knee was in bad shape here, but again, we're seeing a lot of scramble wrestling. Reversal by McMahan for his 2 points. Now again, Bybee likes that position right there. What I call far crotch, and he's going to spin McMahan through, come up on top, step over that near leg. The arm goes through, takedown, Mark Bybee.
With the riding time, a 9-2 final. There is Mark Bybee, Northwestern's only champion at this Big Ten Championships. And we'll have more after this.
There are 2 teams going out on the field today, and only one will come back a winner. It's up. It's good. We're at the 17th hole. Coach, you gotta put me in. Here's the putt. This place is rocking. Oh, yeah. So I want you to go out there and do your best. And it's a Cinderella story. Yes!
Sports can teach her how to dream.
I love you guys.
You can help her dream big.
They're killing me.
Okay, at 184 pounds, we have had, unfortunately, for the Illinois wrestler, Nate Patrick, injured his ACL earlier in the tournament, has had to forfeit, as they say, a medical forfeit, to Brandon Eggum, the defending champion from Minnesota. So certainly no one wants to win that way, but Brandon Eggum gets his hand raised by default because of the injury to his opponent. And Brandon Eggum, 184-pound senior from Sidney, Montana, the defending Big Ten champion, gets his 2nd championship because of the medical situation. Okay, the 197-pounders are coming up next. We will have that, and then the heavyweights. So stay right with us.
Ready? No. Ready? No.
Your body's been ready for quite some time.
No. Ready?
But not your mind.
Ready? Not ready. No way.
You have lots to do before you have a baby. But don't forget to take folic acid today and every day to prevent birth defects one special day. So when all of you is ready, that baby of yours will be ready to take on the world.
Ready? Not ready.
Your team standings all over but the shouting. Iowa continues to pile on the points. Minnesota got the win, of course, on the medical forfeit. But now, with Iowa's team victory safely tucked away, we go to 197-pound individual championship, which does not feature an Iowa wrestler. Actually, that's Nick Preston of Ohio State in the red, and Nick Muzashvili of Michigan State by way of the former Soviet Union, the Republic of Georgia. Came to New York State, and you know where he's from in New York State? I can tell you, Unadilla.
Unadilla.
Because I've been there.
Yes, well.
Not often, and not for long.
I'm still searching for it.
Okay.
Interesting young man. He came over here, and his first match, he was a great wrestler. By the way, the Juergens of the old Soviet Union have wonderful wrestling in their country. They've had many Olympic champions come from Georgia. But his first match, he got beat because he didn't understand the folk style that we wrestled here in high school. Then never lost a match and won the state championship in New York and found his way to East Lansing, Michigan.
The champion in Georgia. That Georgia. His big guy. There he is in green. Nick Preston, not exactly small either.
Both good wrestlers. Obviously, the Muzashvili. Number 1 ranked. Preston seeded number 2 in the Big Ten this year. And actually, Nick for a number of weeks was number 1, but he was defeated by the Oklahoma wrestler, so he's now ranked number 3 nationally, and Preston is number 7. Intermat rankings. Oh, Preston stepped in nice.
Tried to get the leg, but
he had it for an instant, but good reaction by Nick, and we can't use Nick here too much because
they're both Nick.
Yeah.
Coming down to the final minute here of period number 1, you see still no score. 197 pounders.
I think before this one's over, we're gonna see some sparks fly. These guys.
Yeah, I think they're feeling each other out and ready to go at each other. A couple of leopards.
Of course, Muzashvili got the quick fall in the semis. Where else in Wisconsin in the first period, 150. He won his first match by a score of 13-4. So they both can score. Preston scored 16 points in the quarterfinals, and then here he comes. He's in that right leg again. Got it hooked. Countered by Muzashvili. No score as he hit 30 seconds left. That's some almosts.
Preston, second in the Michigan State Open, third in the Midlands Millennium.
Yes.
They've wrestled twice. Actually, they've wrestled once. And
now
Muzashvili has won it, and now Nick's got his.
He got the leg. See, he's trying to consolidate and score. Preston's done it twice, and there it is, the score.
Muzashvili gets the takedown as the first period is expiring. Muzashvili with the 2-point lead.
2-point lead.
Preston
chose down. He chose down, looking to stand and escape, and he got the release escape. So we saw the 2 good shots by Preston with no score. The 1 good shot, Muzashvili, and he scored. So that means when you get it, when you get into it, get that score. Both similar type attacks on the opponent's legs. Oh!
Look at Preston.
Beautiful.
Muzashvili gets out of it, but
beautiful spin behind by Preston.
Doesn't get the leg. Still being held on.
He's working on the ankle, but I think they're too close to the edge for a score.
Right now, Muzashvili of Michigan State still leads 2-1 over Nick Preston of Ohio State.
Chuck Yagler, head official for Big Ten. calling this match. We'll be working the NCAAs in a couple of weeks.
Heavyweights to come after this, and that's the match that is always popular, this year more so. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Muzashvili with the 2-1 lead from Michigan State. Preston of Ohio State there in red, the only representative of the Buckeyes in the finals this year. 45 seconds left in period 2 and counting down. Muzashvili there in green.
Little just fake shot. Okay. Looked to me like Preston putting some urgency into his movement in his face.
Russ Hellickson, the coach of Ohio State, he's been there a long time too. Tom Minkle, the coach of Michigan State.
Both excellent coaches. There's the warning. Muzashvili got a warning. These one-point matches can be tough on that next. If he's called again, it's a point against him.
For the stall, 5 seconds left, and Nagle will bring him back. Finish out period number 2. Nick Muzashvili with a 2-1 lead, and hold on 1 second. Preston tried a shot, but
a little early on the shot. Caution
on the
false start.
Right.
There it is.
End of period number 2. So Muzashvili will be down. There is Preston. See, he's a sophomore. Muzashvili is a senior.
Looks like it's going to be a takedown game. He let him go. 3-1.
Muzashvili with the lead.
Preston behind. He's got to fire it up.
Again, he jumps the gun a bit.
Yeaglett said it was my fault.
Minute 35.
Preston
and Muzashvili
the reshot,
counters.
The reshot was beautiful. He doesn't have it yet. Got to go arm across. He got it. Just snap that right arm over. Oh, the takedown.
Very important points for Nick Muzashvili. 29-2, his record so far.
Just kind of caught up there. He had that leg in. Preston is going to have to work up to his base, which we see him doing.
Preston 32-10.
Warning on the bottom man. We're not attempting to improve his situation. Now he's up on his feet, hopefully to look for the escape off the mat.
He's got a lot of work to do. Down 5-1, 36 ticks left. There's a good study of Nick Preston.
Oh! There's the reversal.
That will be 2 points for him. Is it enough? 5-3.
Going to turn him loose.
Things getting interesting
Work
now.
on the feet.
6-3. 20 seconds. Muzashvili holding on here. 15 seconds.
Got to be a big throw by Preston because Muzashvili, most likely he's going to make sure he works this one through.
He's got 9 seconds to hold on to a championship. Nick Muzashvili.
Oh, counter move by Muzashvili.
Hey, got it.
And that's it.
Nick Muzashvili, the New Yorker by way of Soviet Georgia, with the decision at 197. 8-3. No riding time point there, so it's 8-3 at 197.
Nice action here. Muzashvili stops the action, then the nice reshot right dead into Preston. Picks that leg up. Going to bring it up. He's going to go arm across, right arm across for the takedown right there. 2 points.
And the championships. Here's a reversal coming up.
Just a turn in, and all at once, Muzashvili lost his base, went down to the hip, and Preston picked up the 2-point reversal.
At that point, things were interesting. But Muzashvili gets the takedown to win going away. All right, one more match. The big guys. We'll have them for you in a minute.
There are 2 teams going out on the field today, and only one will come back a winner. We're at the 17th hole. Here's the putt. Go out there and do your best. Yes! And this is Cinderella story.
Sports can teach her how to dream.
I love you guys.
You can help her dream big.
Woo-hoo! Oh, yeah! They're killing me.
The bull machine is ready to roll. Bulls basketball on Fox Sports Net. Oh, face to face! Turn us on all season long.
Our final match of the meet, and it's the one the folks have been waiting for. Brock Lesnar of Minnesota against Wes Hand of Iowa. This could have had team implications. Those are over with. Iowa's got it. But these two guys are 2 of the 3 foremost heavyweights in the country, ranked 2nd and 3rd respectively. Wes Hand ranked nationally number 2, 1 in the Big Ten. Brock Lesnar, well, he's just about bigger than most folks you'll see. He was the topic of a nice piece in Sports Illustrated this week called "Very Big Man on Campus," and you can see why.
Well,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
we call them heavyweights now, but actually it's the 285-pound class.
Yes, and he's in a class by himself there. Iowa, Minnesota, you can see no matter what happens here, you only get, well, Iowa has got another championship.
But it's all final. That team standings is the final standings.
Now, where do you go for all the latest and greatest information on your favorite Big Ten team or athlete? You log on, www.big10.org, and do that. They'll have all the results of this meet. And we've made a lot of this match. We talked a lot about Lesnar, but let's not forget Wes Hand injured his ankle, finishing 8th back in the heavyweight division last year. Lesnar won it. But these two met earlier this year, and Wes Hand was the victor over Lesnar.
Again, Wes Hand won the Midlands in December and took off from there. He's had a great year so far and hoping to continue that great year.
27-1 on the year.
Yes, I believe his loss was to the number 1 ranked Heineck of Iowa State.
They faced each other 2 other times, both times Hand losing to Lesnar, pinned at 2 minutes 36 and then lost at 6-0 decision. But here it is, the 2 of them, the 2 best wrestlers in the Big Ten, going for the championship.
Well, there's a degree of respect, naturally, between the 2. That score you mentioned, 5-3, that Hand won by.
Not much action so far. We are scoreless with half the first period gone.
Yes, at this stage, it's almost an outstare at each other thing, but one mistake can cost you. As a matter of fact, Lesnar made one mistake in the final of the NCAAs a year ago, and that was the match. He lost to Stephen Neal from Cal Bakersfield in the finals. Has been ranked first all year until Hand beat him 2 weeks ago.
Still scoreless. Final minute here of period number 1.
Attempted throw by a little bit by Lesnar. Didn't really have it in position to work. Lesnar doing a little bit more of the motion, moving around now. Hand works into the underarm, underhook.
And we're still scoreless.
Oh,
there goes Lesnar. Boy, when they end up,
it's
flat
well
on
off
their
the
back,
mat,
right into our microphone and onto the basketball floor.
You talk about power, explosiveness. Look at this. Now just drive straight through, and it happened off the mat, but there was some form of
stall call
on
Wes Hand.
So it's just the call, the warning now. At the end of the period there.
Meanwhile, I don't know if it's a better thing for the microphone or for Wes Hand that microphone was about 6 inches from where it was. Was not 6 inches from where it was.
Okay, now there was some strategy there. Hand had to make the choice. Lesnar won the toss, but he deferred to Hand, and Hand looked at the coaches. Said, you work on your feet. Yeah. You work on your feet. Don't go down. So that was the choice made. Didn't allow him to score an escape if that were possible.
Lesnar 6'4", listed at 270. Hand 6'1", 250.
Probably pretty close.
But it looks like Lesnar's a guy and a half.
Well, he sure has got plenty of definition and bulk of muscle. And we saw the explosiveness in him.
He also wrestled junior college a couple of years before coming to Minnesota. I believe he's from South Dakota.
He's out of Dakota, yes, one of the Dakotas. Well, again,
Wes Hand is from Iowa, homegrown. Good name.
Tama, Iowa.
And you've been there too.
Yes, I've been to Tama. Ooh, that was a little bit interesting there, in that Lesnar, of course, he stopped there off the edge, but he was off back on his hunches, and possibly Hand could have gone right into him.
One of the other interesting points that the article made was that even though Lesnar's eligibility will end for wrestling, he's coming back to finish his degree and may go out for football. Glenn Mason's trying to talk him into playing defensive line.
1 point for Lesnar for stalling
again
against Hand.
Yeah, against Wes Hand. So that's a strange way to win points in this event, but you take what you can get. Final 10 seconds here, period number 1. Lesnar on the left, Hand now with his back to you.
Oh, now he's in, and
just before
the time ran out.
Just before he made the move, the clock ran out. And Wes Hand not only dodged a bullet, he didn't dodge Lesnar, but he dodged a bullet.
That's the bullet.
Okay, third period. It all comes down to this.
Ball start, top, Wes Hand.
And trailing 1-0. Hand of Iowa. Lesnar. As you look at J. Robinson. Lesnar trying to break free and does. He's got a 2-point lead now. Of course, one takedown evens it up. And Hand, also a senior, very experienced.
Hand has wrestled a lot of matches for the University of Iowa through his career.
Lesnar trying to go for the ankles, and Hand beat him away. Everybody's waiting for the eruption here. You know what's going to come. sometime in the next minute 25. I can't imagine it ending like this on 2 stall calls.
Well, it'll be interesting. The pressure's on Ham. I mean, he's behind.
Sure.
He's got to make the shot. And when you're getting down to a minute in the match,
something's got to happen.
Either he hits it and it works. If it doesn't work, he still was behind.
Under a minute to go. West Hand in black. Brock Lesnar in the gold, and he leads by 2. Hand started to move.
Yep. Saw a reaction. Lesnar dropped to his knees and popped back up.
There it goes. Beautiful. But off the mat.
Off the mat. Nice move in, but again, Lesnar knew where the edge of the mat was, too.
Absolutely. There's your time, 35 seconds and counting. Lesnar with the lead. Hand ranked number 1.
Now Lesnar says, I'll take my shot. Both high crotch by each man. Neither worked. There he comes again. Oh, my gosh.
He's got it, but he's off the mat, and look at that. 17 seconds left.
He is getting in there better than I thought he would, and he's in position to score if he can hit that and then finish.
Hand's got to go here. He's got 10 seconds. Tries to shoot the leg, and we get a stall call this time on Lesnar.
And that's a 1 point, so it's 2-1. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and it's over.
Boy. Well, I think it was very scientific. And there's your winner. Right. And Big Ten champion. But a lot of folks are going, huh? They expected to see the building rattle.
Well, the mat rattled a few times.
Yes, it did. You can see the potential there. And of course, both of them will be going on to the Nationals. But the only scoring was
snap down, and then look at Ladler get in. And time had run out.
Just there. I'll show you a hand here in period number 3. That
high crotch action, nice. Right arm coming in. His opponent's right leg, but he ran out of real estate. But he makes that move in the center of the mat, he's got to score.
So only 3 points scored, all on stall warnings and deductions. And your heavyweight champion, Brock Lesnar of Minnesota.
Investigated, respected. 1 Emmy Award-winning journalist.
Are you drug-free now as we sit and talk?
Television's first Emmy-nominated weekly sports magazine.
The perception, Jerry, that there was a cover-up.
No one else gets to the heart of the important stories.
Let's face it, the sport is barbaric.
No one else gets you inside the head of today's biggest athletes.
I never told anybody, so I'll tell you.
Going Deep.
Chris Myers.
Sundays at 9 on Fox Sports Net.
Hello, I'm Jim Cornell, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Fox Sports Net Chicago. This year, our Sports Awards dinner raised over $210,000 benefiting the March of Dimes. This money will go to support the battle against birth defects. On behalf of all of us here at Fox Sports Net, I'd like to thank everyone who supported the dinner and encourage you to support the March of Dimes all year long.
There are the final results. Once again, dating back to 19 and 16, the University of Iowa has piled up, 29 Big Ten championships. 25 in a row. They had a break last year, but they are back with a vengeance. Minnesota, the defending champion, comes in second, followed by Illinois, Michigan State, Michigan, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana, and host Purdue. But when you think about wrestling, once again, you think Hawkeyes, and there they are. They are the team champions once again in the Big Ten. And our congratulations, Ken, to Coach Jim Zaleski and all the Hawkeyes.
Yes, great job, and they're as tough as ever. I'm sure they're figured, well, they got 1 down and 24 to go to do that 25 again. But they're ranked number 1 in the country. They'll be in the NCAAs in 2 weeks, and I will expect the Big Ten to do especially well in St. Louis at the 2000 NCAA.
Okay, Iowa had 4 individual winners. They had Strittmatter at 125, Eric Juergens 133, who, by the way, was also
outstanding wrestler
in the Big Ten. Also Doug Schwab at 141 and T.J. Williams at 157. So they started in the lighter weight classes they hit early and often, and they really put Minnesota on their back team-wise right from the get-go.
They really did, and they wrestled well. I was impressed with them. I expected them to wrestle well, but I think maybe they even took it one step further in this final round.
Okay, Minnesota had a couple of winners. The medical forfeit, of course, for them at 189, and Brock Lesnar, the heavyweight, won his match. And Michigan State, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Illinois, each with a champion. And that's been the story here at the 86th Big Ten Wrestling Championships. The conference still reigns supreme in wrestling. So for Ken Kraft, I'm Mike Lederman saying so long from the 2000 Big Ten Wrestling Championships here at Purdue. The preceding has been a presentation of Fox Sports Net. So long, everybody.
Period 133-pound bout. Livio DiRubbo from Brown University in the brown uniform. He's wrestling Jason Nagle from Penn University in the blue uniform. Livio DiRubbo is the defending champion. And who should win this? Is DiRubbo? I know he was #1 seed, but have they wrestled during the year, Steve?
Yeah, DiRubbo has the win and dual meet against Mr. Nagle. But last year, they have wins. They've split wins over each other. So this is the 4th time they've met, and right now, Mr. DiRubbo has the advantage.
Well, he's got a heck of a pair of shoulders. DiRubbo does.
118 pounders.
Real strong.
Soft chairs to my right.
Now watch in the semifinals. DiRubbo had a heck of a bout in the semis against Sean Doyle of Cornell. Sean Doyle went out to a 7-4 lead, and DiRubbo just kept coming back, and this is the brown wrestler, and he finally caught him with 10 seconds to go. It was tied 12. Well, there's Nagle in on him.
A little outside sweep shot. Trying to finish, trying to come up with it.
DiRubbo with the wizard.
Oh, DiRubbo spins behind, spins out of it for 2.
So first takedown to DiRubbo. That's strength.
That's strength, but
also it was a good move.
It's a good move by DiRubbo, but it sort of looks like DiRubbo has a slight advantage in maybe the length of the lower body that he has. It's tough to try to finish with the compactness of his lower body to try to finish with those legs.
And the strength of his legs.
The strength of his legs and his upper body. He's pretty good at pulling that leg out and spinning out of it.
This is economics major.
Okay, this is the first of Penn's finalists. We just saw Lehigh's first. Now we have Penn's first. They both have 5 in the finals, but Lehigh's out to an 18-point lead. It's going to be real tough now for Lehigh to Penn to catch up.
Yeah, Penn's actually going to, well, they're going to need the wins, but they're also going to need some bonus points, maybe some pins or major or tech falls out there to try to close the gap a little bit quicker.
How does that work in a tournament like this?
Well, if you can pin your opponent in a match, you will score 2 additional points for your team. If you have a major decision, you're going to be getting 1, and you could get 1.5, or if you're going to tech fall a guy.
And a tech ball is
15 points or more.
Okay, you win the match by more than 15, and a major is over 8.
Right.
There's an escape by Nagle. Made that look easy. All right, halfway through the first period, it's 2-1. Livio DiRubbo with the lead, but he picked up 47 seconds riding time in the first period. That could be important by the end of the bout. I tell you, I watched DiRubbo in that semi, and a lot of times guys with his kind of physique. Ooh, geez, nice shot by DiRubbo.
Nice high crotch singles by DiRubbo.
And I think he's going to pick up, I saw a count, he's going to pick up a couple of back points.
He did a real nice job hitting that high crotch and coming out of it, and then he stepped back across when Mr. Nagle, when Jason tried to spin behind, tried to scoop out, he stepped over him and actually caught him on his back.
Nice half Nelson. Now what's the difference between, oh, there's an escape, makes it 7-2. We're under 30 seconds in the first period. Livio DiRubbo with 2 takedowns and back points with a 7-2 lead.
Jason Nagle's really going to have to come back with some offense, and if he's good on top, he's still in this bout. He's got to be able to turn him if he gets on top, but he's got to go to work on his feet.
Now, Nagle also had a pretty tough semifinal bout. He won 11-8. He got basically in the second period of his bout with Matt Pisarkit of Harvard. He got it. Okay, that's the end of the second period. First period, Livio DiRubbo with a 7-2 lead. We're going into the second period of the 133-pound bout. Livio DiRubbo with a 7-2 lead, 2 takedowns, and a near fall gave him the 7 points. Nagle with 2 escapes to make the score 7-2. There's an escape by Nagle, makes the score 7-3 early in the second period of this bout.
Yeah, it looks to me like DiRubbo is pretty comfortable on his feet. Oh, he just got taken down off a nice high single.
Maybe a little bit too comfortable. He walked right into that.
Yeah.
Looked like he got his hands out too far in front of him. That tightened it up. We're at 8-5 with 1:30 left in the second period. DiRubbo still with the lead, but I don't think he can relax against Jason Nagle. Again, they both have scored with high crotches. They have very similar styles. Right now, those 3 back points are looming real large in this match.
Well, Jason's going to have to open up here a little bit and going to have to try to get that offense going. He's got to be a little bit more active out front there. He's beginning to. He's got to be a little bit more active with his hands out front, moving Livio out of position.
Well, and DiRubbo just did a nice thing. He's got an 8-5 lead, but he backed Nagle up and he backed him out of bounds. You know, makes it harder for a stall call to be made against him.
Yeah, he's got Nagle backing up. Now, what Nagle's got to do is he's got to circle a little bit more, circle and then try to pound in position. But he's going straight back, and DiRubbo's just staying right in front of him and just hanging and moving on the arms.
DiRubbo got a little off balance there.
Yeah.
And the Wizard. Now the Wizard's got to be 1,000 years old.
Yeah, it's used as a counter off of somebody's single shots or off their double shots. It's a way of trying to get your hips out and force pressure down on your opponent and try to get control of one side of his body by controlling that arm.
DiRubbo's in deep.
Another nice high single. Lift. Short time left. I don't know if they're going to be able to finish this.
We're under 5 seconds in the second period. Livio DiRubbo from Brown University with an 8-5 lead.
Now we'll go to the third and final period.
We're into the third period of the 133-pound bout. Livio DiRubbo, Brown University, holds an 8-5 lead, 2 takedowns, a 3-point near fall, and an escape in the second period against Nagle's 3 escapes and a takedown. Now that makes the escape by DiRubbo, makes it 9-5. Nagle's chosen to try and beat him on his feet.
Well, he's going to have to take him down 3 times at this point to try to get back into this, to make it a 1-point bout, maybe try to tie the score. If he can take him down, maybe put him on his back, you know, he'll cut that deficit down.
Are there any stall calls in this bout?
There's no warnings yet.
No warnings. So DiRubbo's got a stall warning.
Nice counter by Nagle. Nice counter to a takedown.
Maybe DiRubbo shouldn't be pushing so hard.
Watch yourself.
I mean, he's pushing into him, and Nagle's dropping his level and getting in underneath that. That's the second time he's been able to do that. 1:20 left in the bout. Livio DiRubbo from Brown with a 9-7 lead.
I think we're going to see Nagle let DiRubbo up and try to take him down 2 more times before the end of the bout. Apparently he's going to have some trouble trying to turn him, so he's going to have to go to the neutral position and try to take him down.
The false start, can't wait for the whistle.
Okay, I was looking down. Who got the false start?
False start was on top.
Okay, so he cut him, makes the score 10-7. Minute 10 left in the bout. Livio DiRubbo from Brown with the lead.
Nagle's gonna, spin out of bounds. Nagle just scored his last takedown off of DiRubbo's attempted shot, and then he came back and counter-shotted him, took the counter shot off, and scored. And I think he's gonna have to do a little bit more of that. Right there, he should be countering.
If you were DiRubbo, would you be chasing like that, or would you be coming in on that? Boy, that's a heck of a flurry. And takedown.
Well, he's going to have to let him go again. He's going to have to let him go and try to, there he is. He just let him go, take him down, try to tie the score.
All right. Nagle with a takedown, DiRubbo with an escape. We're 11-9 with 35 seconds left in the bout.
Looked to me like Jason Nagle out there just realized the position that he was in and circled out of bounds to try to maybe catch a little breath and get his thoughts together for this last 35 seconds.
He's in deep again. I don't think you'll see DiRubbo chasing, especially he's got a warning.
Oh, can't believe Nagle let him go.
No takedown. They're saying that he doesn't because he's controlling that leg there, but he's eating clock. Look for a stalemate here soon with 15 seconds. This is an awkward position for both wrestlers. We're under 5 seconds, and a takedown by DiRubbo. That seals the match. Livio DiRubbo from Brown University wins the 133-pound class with a 13-9 decision. He seals the bout with a takedown on the buzzer.
Nice match. Nice match.
That was real good wrestling.
Good shot, good counter shooting out there.
Different from a lot of finals. A lot of times you go into the finals. All right, let's look at the last takedown by DiRubbo. They were in a scramble position. And Steve, what's going on here?
Well, it looks like Jason Nagle's trying to lift the leg, trying to force DiRubbo out of position and try to get his hips to slide up over the top a little bit. But he lost control again. I think it was the shortness of the body position that
plus
DiRubbo has.
Is really strong in his upper body.
Right.
That was a great win, and we'll be back. New in the red uniform from Cornell University, and there's the star of the bout. Steve, what should we look for in this bout?
Well, there's only been one contest between these two earlier this year, and Mr. Goldstein was the winner in that bout. It looks to me like, well, this is Lehigh's second bout in the finals. They could lengthen that team lead if they can come through in this bout.
They're out to 18 points, correct?
They're out to 18 points, correct.
18-point lead because Penn's wrestler did not win in their first bout. Now, Goldstein, I know he's a transfer. He transferred in from, I think, University of Wisconsin?
That's what I have, yes. From the University of Wisconsin, and actually in 1999, he was an NCAA wildcard qualifier at the University of Wisconsin. So, you know, he's got some of that Midwest flavor coming east.
I know he was a heck of a high school wrestler. I believe, and I'm looking for my...
I think most of his high school credentials lead more from the Greco-Roman aspect of wrestling rather than freestyle.
He's got a big upper body. It looks like he could throw. So he was, I believe he was a two-time cadet Greco-Roman champ, but he also won the juniors in Greco-Roman, and he won the junior freestyle. So he was a double winner his senior year at the junior national tournament. And that's a pretty prestigious tournament to win.
That's a very large tournament to be competing in during the summertime. Somewhere around 3,600 athletes descend upon the University of North Dakota out there at Fargo. And sometimes you end up with 120 guys in your weight class. And that's pretty difficult to try to win some type of an event like that. And Matt Goldstein's done that a couple times, so he's certainly got some big credentials.
This is a little slower paced bout than that last one. By this time, last bout, I think we had about 8 points on the board. Looks like they're feeling each other out a little bit more than in that last bout.
Looks like Goldstein likes the underhook series. He keeps forcing that position, so. we've got to get a little bit more action, a little bit more motion going by both wrestlers out there. Right now they're doing a lot of just hanging on and a little bit of just hand controlling out there. We've got to get a little bit more back and forth, side to side, create some different angles for themselves to try to get their attack going.
Now, Goldstein won his semifinal bout. He beat Mark Conley from the Naval Academy, 6'3". He got 3 takedowns in that bout, and he gave up 3 escapes. He just, oh, there's first shot. Nice shot by Goldstein. No takedown yet. What are they looking for?
Yet.
What's the referee looking for here to give the takedown?
He's looking for control of the hips.
And
once
they hook the leg, is that what he's looking for?
Once Goldstein stepped over and controlled the leg, and then consequently controlled the hips from moving, Mr. New was
end of the first period. We're going into the second period of this 141-pound bout. Matt Goldstein from Lehigh with a 2-0 lead with a takedown at the buzzer in the first period.
Again, to get back to what we said before, Kevin, you know, he stepped over the leg and controlled the leg, and then therefore he controlled the hips. By controlling the hips, he kept Ben New on his back, and New had to make a decision at that point to give it up or possibly get caught on his back points. So he decided to give up the 2. So that's why we have, at this point, we got a 2-0 score.
And an escape by New, 2-1, 150 left in the second period. Matt Goldstein from Lehigh in the brown uniform with the lead. I was saying earlier, Goldstein got 3 takedowns in his match against Mark Conley from the Naval Academy in the semifinals. He totally controlled his match. Same thing on the other side. Ben Nee had won a 7-0 decision over Jody Juergens from Penn, who by some estimations could have been the #1 seed in this tournament. Apparently those were the top 3. Jody Juergens, Ben New, and Matt Goldstein. Pretty tough weight class for those 3.
Jody Juergens is a freshman, wrestled at Blair Academy in New Jersey, and comes in here with a lot of high credentials, even though he is a freshman on the college level. So I think University of Penn has themselves a pretty good wrestler there for the next couple of years.
But it always seems like at this time of year, the upperclassmen know how to step it up, and a lot of times the freshmen don't, and they get left behind during this tournament or any conference tournament.
Well, it takes the experience of being there. You know, when you're in a conference championship and you're vying for that chance to get to the NCAA tournaments, you know, having that experience of having been in this type of tournament before certainly gives you an advantage.
Now, Goldstein, like a lot of the other Lehigh wrestlers, he was pushing there. He worked New to the edge, and he got Ben New called with a stall warning.
It doesn't look like the referee's going to have to do too much to keep these guys in the middle of the mat. The referees might have to try to, you know, maybe give them a little bit of verbal encouragement out there, just try to get them to open up and starting to attack a little bit more. But, you know, when you get to this level, especially when you're in the finals, you know, taking a chance and taking that risk, sometimes you really
all right,
think twice about that.
We're into the second period. Matt Goldstein with a 2-1 lead. We're into the third period in the 141-pound bout. Matt Goldstein from Lehigh University with a 2-1 lead. He got a takedown in the first period at the buzzer. Ben New escaped early in the second period, and Goldstein decided to take neutral to start the third period. Now, why would he do that?
Well, Kevin, in the semis, looked like New probably had good leg control, leg body control, and cross body position. And I think Mr. Goldstein was probably concerned about getting held down and getting held down for that 1-minute riding time to tie it up. And since it was his choice, he decided to go where he's best, and that's back on his feet, and not give Mr. New a chance to get that extra point off riding, staying on top.
So that was a pretty smart move on. Nice shot by Goldstein.
Nice double.
It's sure made his strategy look good. That makes the score 4-1. 4-1, minute 5 left in the bout. Goldstein with a 4-1 lead. Not a lot of riding time. Riding time hasn't been a factor in any of our bouts. But that's 2 takedowns, and if you control on your feet, most of the time you control a bout.
Yeah, it looks like Goldstein is pretty comfortable on his feet. You know, he's really doing a lot of hand fighting, controlling the head, trying to move him around. Ben New's really going to have to go to work now. He's going to have to start pulling and pushing and he's got to create an angle for himself, because right now he's standing, there he is. Now he's starting to move a little bit better. He's got to open up a little bit and get out from being in front.
Yeah, Ben New with that escape, it tightens the score to 4-2. Goldstein gave it to him, and like you said, Steve, Goldstein's comfortable on his feet. Goldstein has a stall warning to give, and we're under 20 seconds in the bout. Goldstein's been the aggressor on his feet. In on a shot. I don't think he'll try and score. He'll just try and...
He's going to hang on to that leg, looks like. He's got his hips
under
up
10
off
seconds.
the mat, so he's not flat out. He's hanging in there. New looks like he's...
Little kick to the head by Ben New there. And Nat Goldstein wins that match, 4-2 decision. He controlled it from the very first part of the bout. The score was tight, but Goldstein controlled the bout. Another 4-point to Lehigh's lead.
Yeah, it's Lehigh's second champion in this tournament. They're lengthening their lead.
And ladies and gentlemen, your attention to the south end of the arena. We have our next awards presenter. This former Navy wrestler was a 2-time All-American. Finished 4th and 2nd.
And we'll be back with the 149-pound weight, Dave Esposito and John Goff.
Unfortunately, I think for Penn, they're a little bit behind in, the higher. Esposito is ranked number 4 in the country, and Mr. Goff, he's not right now in that classification, so he's going to have his work cut out for him.
John Goff was the number 3 seed in this tournament. He beat Jeffrey Burnt from Princeton in the semifinals. And Jeffrey Burnt was the 7th seed, and he had a major upset in the quarters, and he pinned John Forster from Rutgers with 10 seconds left in the bout to win that match.
It looks like Dave is he's pretty good on his feet. He's pretty satisfied with his first takedown, a little low single, and came up with the leg, and then threw Goff's body right on by and got him out of position and hit that easy takedown. I think
gave up the escape.
Yeah, I think he's just real comfortable on his feet, and he's going to try to work a lot of his stuff.
That was nothing fancy.
No, that was just a little 2-on-1 position on the arm, and he just got him out of position, pulled him to the mat, and spun behind him.
I watch kids wrestle, and they do a lot of complicated things, and it seems like the higher you go up the better the wrestlers are, the less things work. And it seems like the simple things work best. I mean, that was just, he just kind of snapped him to the mat and spun him behind him.
Well, he reached off, controlled the head on a 2-on-1 position, and got the arm, got Goff's arm extended away from his body, and was able to just pull the arm forward and pull it down towards the mat, got him off balance, and just spun in behind.
He did this in the semis too. He's got that what do you call that, a gable bar?
Yeah, sort of a gable bar. Just an inside wrist, basically an inside wrist tie, gable bar where you come out to the side, good pressure on the arm and the upper shoulder area, and.
Do you see many people score with that?
A lot of times, no. It's used pretty much for a controlling position. You do have some types of tilts that you can use if you can extend that arm back through the crotch or back around the body and control it.
Yes.
Nice outside sweep. Ooh, no takedown.
Okay, Goff got the escape. We're at 1:02 left in the second. Is this still first period?
Yeah.
It is still first period. Minute 2 left in the first period.
We've had some pretty good action here by Mr.
Esposito.
Esposito is right. I mean, he's given us he's had 3 attempts at takedowns, and each takedown has been a different assortment.
Yeah, he right now appears to be the more polished. And here's a stall warning against John Goff because he's backing up. Esposito has pushed the action for the whole match and kind of. Goff really doesn't seem to be in this match. He scored 2 points, but they've been 2 escapes that Esposito gave him. Under 30 seconds in the first period, Dave Esposito, 4th ranked in the country at 149 pounds with a 4-2 lead. And he just gave up a point. He gave up, that was within 20 seconds. He gave a warning and he gave a point. So that makes the score 5-2.
It looks like Esposito is really controlling the position. He's got.
Okay, we're at the end of the first period. Dave Esposito, Lehigh University with a 5-2 lead. 2 takedowns, a penalty point. We're into the second period. Dave Esposito from Lehigh University with a 5-2 lead. 2 takedowns and a penalty point for stalling. Referee's not taking a lot of guff in this match. He gave a warning and a point within 30 seconds. What does Mr. Goff have? Can Goff get back in this match, Steve?
Yeah, he's going to have to really go to work. Off the top and bottom position, I mean, there's an escape by Esposito to make the score 6-2. I think Goff has his hands full at this point. He's going to have to score off his feet to take him down, and thus far, Esposito's pretty much had his way out there. He's attempted 3 different types of takedowns and scored 3 different times. So,
well, like we said earlier, he is the number 4 ranked wrestler in the country. He came into this tournament with a 24-2 record. He had a fall in the first. There's another takedown. That same thing. He's just he gets Goff off balance and just spins in behind him. He's really showing his superiority. Minute 5 left in the second period. Esposito with an 8-2 lead.
Esposito works that 2-on-1 position pretty well, and that time he had the 2-on-1, and Goff tried to pull it away, and as he pulled it away, Esposito pulled down on it and again got him off balance and was able to spin behind him. All right, we got a minute and we got 52 seconds left in the second period. Looks like Esposito is going to try to go to work and try to score up. And try to put him on his back if he can. Try to score some extra bonus points. Trying to lift for a Turk.
Fred Richardson's the referee in this match, and he called that stalling quick in that first period. A warning and a stall point, made it 5-2, and Esposito has gone on from there and just steadily increased his lead.
Esposito's got almost 2 minutes, close to 2 minutes now in riding time. That'll be an extra point come the end of the bout. That would make it 9-3. He needs a couple extra points to get an extra bonus.
He's got another period. 20 seconds left in the second period. 8-3 lead for Esposito. And that's really the first shot we've seen. And there's the 2 points.
Again, that was a nice counter by Esposito. I mean, Goff took a shot. Esposito stuffed his head a little bit. Got his arm behind his opponent's elbow and spun in behind him. And
okay, we're getting close to the end of the second period. Dave Esposito, 10-3 lead going into the third period. Going into the third period, 149-pound bout. Dave Esposito from Lehigh University with a 10-3 lead, and he'll be in the top position to start this period. He's got a 10-3 lead, and he's got a minute and 54 seconds riding time. What do you think Esposito's going to do? He's back with that gable bar.
He's got the arm behind the back, putting in a bar arm.
Now he's got a bar arm. I don't think he's going to let him go this time. I think you're right.
No.
He's going to try and turn
Yeah,
it.
he's going to try to tilt him here. He's got the bar tilt. He's got over 2 minutes of riding time, so he's going to get that extra point. And right now he's trying to pile up points if he can. In order to score, Esposito's really going to have to try to rotate.
Does he want to get? Yeah, he wants to get to this side.
Well, he can actually tilt it in both directions if he wanted, but he's got to get the hips of his opponent to start to move, and Goff was doing a good job of maintaining his base off the bottom.
Okay. Fred Richardson gave another stall call against John Goff. Esposito gave up the escape. It's 11-4 with a little over a minute, and makes it 13-4. Now that's bonus points, right?
Yeah, nice little quick duck under by Esposito. Score is 5th takedown in the match, and he's ahead 13-4. He needs, well, actually he's ahead 14-4. He's got a 10-point lead, so he's looking at a major decision at this point, which will be an extra bonus point for Lehigh University.
So if it gets into a scramble position, he'll probably give up an escape. He'll still have the 9-point lead. Heck, he'd probably give it up and then take him down again. He doesn't seem to have a lot of problem on his feet scoring.
Looks like, yep, there he gave the one. Try to go back to work on his feet and try to build a little bit more lead. Now, I would think he'd try to take him from his feet to his back and try to score a 4 or 5 point move and try to get to the tech fall position and try to get some extra bonus points.
Esposito with the 13-5 lead. We're under 30 seconds in the bout. And how many takedowns is that now?
I believe that's 6 for him.
He's out to a 15-5 lead. Under 20 seconds left in the bout. This has been a really masterful performance by Dave Esposito. He ought to get a pretty high seed in the Nationals. Not just out of this. I know he's had a real fine season this year.
Well, coming in ranked number 4, he's showing the class that he has, and he's showing the repertoire of moves that he has. So he should do well out at the Nationals.
Under 7 seconds. We're under 5 seconds in the bout. 15-6, and that's the bout. Dave Esposito from Lehigh University with a convincing win, 16-6, 3.5 minutes riding time. Real fine. All right, we got a couple of replays to look at here. Just dropped in under on that takedown.
So Esposito started up top. We're in an underhook position.
All right, here's another takedown. There's that little duck under.
There's that duck under move that he had.
Little duck under by Esposito.
Really a classy move off his feet.
We'll be back with the 157-pound bout.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a teammate of some of the most popular players in Buffalo Sabres history? Then this is the opportunity you've been waiting for.
Second period, 157-pound bout. Leo Urbanelli from Cornell versus Strittmatter from Penn. We have a 0-0 tie. There was not a lot of action in that first period. Urbanelli won, or actually Matter won the toss. He deferred to Urbanelli, who took down to start the second period. Again, Urbanelli in the red Cornell singlet. Okay, referee stopped the action. Injury time.
Looks like we have a knee problem with Urbanelli.
That's Bernie Chapman, the referee, who stopped that so quickly.
Yeah, Brett Matter has the record at the University of Pennsylvania for the most wins in a career.
Let's look at a replay, see if we can figure out how Urbanelli hurt himself.
Looks like
he's grabbing his knee right there.
Looks like he got the knee trapped underneath when Matter locked up and pulled him backwards, and it may have twisted the knee slightly.
So he caught his...
Maybe extended the knee a little bit.
Well, he's wearing a big knee pad on that knee, too. I wonder, he probably has... Well, look, yeah, look at that knee pad. That's probably a pre-existing kind of thing.
They're allowed 2 minutes of injury time out there, and looks like we...
Actually, I think it's 1.5 injury time. That was only 4 seconds into the second period. And we're getting ready to restart. Urbanelli's still on the bottom. And Matter just staying in tight behind. He's not built like a leg rider, but in the semis he tried to ride legs too. Usually leg riders are a little lankier than Matter, but he's awfully tough. Now Urbanelli looks like he could ride legs. A lot of the Cornell kids do.
It looks like Urbanelli's scouted him pretty well too, because he's staying really tight inside and not letting Matter get those legs in.
Well, you got two real good coaching staffs here. Roger Rayner, of course, from Penn, they've won this tournament the last 4 years, and then you got Rob Cole at Cornell, who along with Jack Spates, they've built that pro. And there's a stall call. There's a stall call against Matter for riding. He's just staying parallel. He's not getting out to the side. Is that what they look for? If you stay in behind, they'll call you for stalling?
Yeah, you can't stay in behind the hips. You've got to try to get yourself out off a little bit perpendicular and create an angle for your attack, even on top. So, if you just stay parallel, the referee is going to be looking to see, whether you're improving or you're not improving that position. If you don't, he's going to give you an offensive stall.
All right, 48 seconds left in the second period. Matter riding very easily. He's got a minute 12 riding time. Maybe Urbanelli should have tried something else, because if he rides him out, I would look for Matter probably not to take down, but to take neutral.
Yeah, that would give him the extra point advantage. Should there be some action on their feet, and looks like now we have a stall warning on the bottom position. So both boys now have been called for stalling.
Okay, we're down to 10 seconds left in the second period. Matter riding, and looks like he's just going to ride him out. That'll give him 2 minutes of riding time. We'll see what he does to start the third. That's the end of the second.
I think the referees are.
So Brett Matter rides his opponent the entire 2 minutes. He's ranked number 2 in the nation.
We're into the third period, 157-pound bout. We have a 0-0 match, but Brett Matter picked up 2 minutes of riding time in that second period. In the second period of this bout, he'll be down in the third period. Leo Urbanelli will be riding him, maybe looking to turn him. Let's see if he's a leg rider.
It's like the referee is going to be watching this action really pretty closely. Both boys have been called for
there's the escape.
Passivity, so.
Right, we're into the third period. It's a 1-0 match. Matter with the escape goes out 1-0, but he also has a minute 53 of riding time. Both men have been warned for stalling. Now, Leo Urbanelli is a sophomore. He comes into this bout with a 15-4 record. He got a fall in the first round of this tournament. He won 12-3 against the number 7 seed. And there's a takedown by Brett Matter. He goes out to a 3-0 lead, and he's racking up the riding time.
Yeah, I think he got Leo Urbanelli out of position a little bit. I think he got a little bit too anxious in trying to score and lost his position, and Matter was able to snap him down and spin behind him.
But he's staying parallel.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Matter, if he doesn't start to really work on top and look like he's going to try to go for a pin, he's going to be left with a choice of either trying to ride him out and trying to improve his position, or let him go and get back on his feet. Well,
they won't call stall here, because with him holding the leg there, he can't come out. Right, he just called the stalemate, and that's the right call in that situation. Matter couldn't improve his position. Urbanelli couldn't improve his. Call the stalemate, let him start over. Good call by Bernie Chapman. 38 seconds left in this bout. Brett Matter from Penn
30 seconds
with a 3-0 lead, and now it's 3-1.
There he just gave him the escape. Realizing at this point that he has a 4-1 lead,
He can give up a takedown and still win.
See, he got him out of position again.
Now, Urbanelli with you got to do something in that position. You don't have time to set up a shot. He did what you should do. 5-1 lead for McNamara from Penn. Counting down to the end of the match. And that's McNamara from Penn with a 5-1 decision over Leo Urbanelli from Cornell University. On to the national championships for both of them. Four-time champion Brett Motter from Penn University. I don't think there have been a lot of those. All right, let's watch a replay.
Hey,
in on the single.
Motter just shot that outside single. Worked his way behind, came up with the ankle, and came up around the hip and just controlled the position. I think Urbanelli just lost position on his feet.
All right. We're going to leave you, and we'll be back with the 160 Alumni Hall at the U.S. Naval Academy. We're going into the 165-pound weight class, where we've got two. This is about where we have two top 8 wrestlers. Travis Dodo from Lehigh in the brown uniform, ranked 7th in the country, and he's wrestling Joey Killar from Harvard, who's ranked 5th in the country. Now, this is funny. Oh, nice shot.
Nice outside sweep. Got to keep trying to improve that position. He's going to have to either turn the corner or pop his hips up underneath, which he just did.
And Killar's locked up on an ankle.
We are giving out awards at the completion of the match.
Now, yeah, that's a stalemate position. That's what I thought he'd call. Really, neither wrestler could improve their position. I kind of wondered, Dodo's ranked 7th, Killar's ranked 5th, but Dodo was the #1 seed. It must have been they met earlier in the season, and I haven't been able to find that, but must be Dodo won the match between them early. Another good shot by Dodo.
Another outside sweep. This time he didn't stay down on the ankle. He came up around the knee, up to the hip, and brought it up off the mat.
He didn't stay in
under. No. Oh.
Ooh, but he lost it.
He lost control of the ankle. Should have kept that leg up underneath his armpit a little bit tighter, cinched it up, and kept control of that position. But he tried to readjust and lost position on the ankle and the leg, and Killar was able to kick out and get himself back up in a neutral position.
Dodo's forcing the action in this bout. We're about almost halfway through the first period. We're at 0-0, but a lot of action for a 0-0 minute and a half of action. Again, Dodo forcing the action with a kind of a half shot. That wasn't really a...
Yeah, I think that time he was giving it the old half try. He really didn't give it a good shot, and I'm just surprised that Killar maybe didn't just take advantage of that
snap and spin kind of a situation.
That type of position there, and getting him out of position. Oh, nice high crotch attempt. But Killar is controlling the underhook position, keeping Dodo away, controlling the underhook and the chin.
Well, they both wrestled real well in the semis. Dodo was wrestling Tim Ortman from Penn, who was the #4 seed, and he won with a fall. And there's a stall against Harvard, and then a takedown by Joey Killar from Harvard. He draws first blood, goes out 2-0 lead, 45 seconds left in the first period.
It looks like Killar that time sort of timed Dodo's shot. Dodo took what attempted to be like a low single. Killar caught him coming and just ended up spinning behind him. Dodo was out of position when he took the shot, and Killar was able to spin around behind and score the takedown.
George Chilmont, the referee in this, just called a stalemate, puts Dodo back down.
We're down to within 30 seconds of this first period, and looks like Killar is going to try to crab ride him maybe a little bit here, and try to control the position for the last couple seconds.
Now, what should Dodo do to try and get out of that?
And he's going to have to try to keep his hips down, get his knees and such together, and try to push himself back up into him.
We're at the end of the first period. Joey Killar from Harvard with a 2-0 lead with a takedown with 45 seconds left in the first period. We're going into the second period in this 165-pound bout. Joey Killar from Harvard with a 2-0 lead with a takedown with 45 seconds left in the first period. Starting the second period, Travis Dodo from Lehigh is going to be in the down position. And we've started the action, and he puts the boots right back in.
Yeah, it looks like he's, looks like he was comfortable in that position, but got a little loose. Dodo was able to come up underneath his legs and lift the legs up and come out underneath.
He caught that leg coming in. He trapped the heel, pulled it out, and he throws the boots in.
Yeah, it looks like we got two wrestlers that are very similar in styles. Looks like Dodo's going to be a little bit more of a power half type person when he gets on top.
Now, up in the air like this, I didn't think they'd let that go too long. They usually, if the guy doesn't come out, they'll call it either a stalemate or potentially dangerous because they don't want to see the kid drilled back onto his back.
Yeah, usually the referees will give it a very short time coming up to their feet and let them try to improve that position, but it won't last very long. They'll blow it as potentially dangerous and put them back down on the mat. Now, we're sort of looking at the possibility of a stall call here. Probably by Killar on bottom because
really?
Yeah, because
I call it the other way. Look what Dodo's doing. He's just wrapping an arm in the head. Well, it's moot because Killar got the escape. 1-9 left in the second period. Joey Killar from Harvard with a 3-2 lead. Takedown by Killar, reversal by Dodo, and we're under a minute. We're better than halfway through this bout.
Well, to go back to what I was saying, you know, in that situation, the referee's probably going to look at both of them to see who's stalling. Potentially the bottom man could be coming up to create that situation to get and that could be considered stalling, or the top man is using that leg ride and leg control position to, get a control position because of the guy coming up to a stand-up position. So
we're back in another scramble. What do you think? Stalemate?
Looks like
here?
We're going to end up in another stalemate position here, probably.
There you go. Dodo's not doing a setup, is he?
No, he's doing a little diving right now. He's being the aggressor, but he's not really setting anything up. It may cost him later in the bout if he takes a bad shot and loses another takedown because Killar is able to spin behind him. So he's going to have to be a little bit more. He's going to have to set that up a little bit better. Going to have to get a little bit more motion going.
5 seconds left in the second period. Joey Killar with a 3-2 lead going into the last period. We're into the last period of this 165-pound bout. Joey Killar from Harvard University with a 3-2 lead. Killar with a takedown in the first. Dodo with a reversal in the second period. And Killar with the escape. Riding time right now is not a factor. Killar has 20 seconds to start the period. And I don't think riding time will be a factor in this one. They both look like they both ride legs, but they haven't been able to maintain control on top.
There it is. Nice move by Killar off the bottom. Came up off the bottom, come up out, stretched it out, came up, caught Dodo over the top of him a little bit with his arms and was able to lift it out and step out underneath it.
He just kind of underhooked it and got his
sort
hips
of an underhook lift and popped the shoulder up and got his hips out to the outside and was able to. Whoa, nice.
There's that whizzer again, though. That's a nice equalizer.
Nice throw by Killar, and he steps in and throws the cross body in on the opposite side at the same time he spun behind to give himself a
two-point takedown.
A really nice takedown sequence out there.
That puts Killar up 6-2 with less than a minute left in the bout. Might be enough to win this one, but we'll see.
Killar's going to have to be careful, though. He's getting himself a little bit high.
Yeah,
there it is.
Crab riders do tend to get in trouble there, don't they?
Yeah, but he wasn't in behind his hips, and that created a problem because he was sitting too high and allowed Dodo to move his hips and reach up and catch his head and slide out from underneath.
And the escape by Dodo makes it 6-3, and they give the takedown. It's 6-5. We're under 30 seconds left in the bout. Joey Killar holding a 6-5 lead. Dodo's going to have to turn him. He's not going to have time to let him go and try and take him back down. And riding time will not be a factor in this bout. And I don't, if I had to guess, I don't think he can.
No,
we're under
like
5 seconds.
Killar's in actually a pretty good position right now, hanging on the ankle.
And that's the bout. Joey Killar from Harvard University with a 6-5 decision over Travis Dodo from Lehigh. The rankings hold.
Nice bout by these two young men, both All-American, both highly ranked on the national scale.
All right, let's look at a replay here.
Oh, see that throw by that he did? He got that underhook through the arm, dropped his hips a little bit, got positioned on the side, slid his body behind, and when he stepped behind, he threw that right leg in for the cross-body position to secure the hold.
Okay, we'll be back with the 174-pound bout between Ed Mosley from Harvard and Rick Springman from Penn.
Hey, J.C. Seneca here, inviting you to
Here with Joey Killar, who just won the 165-pound EIWA champion. Now, Joey, is that the first time you guys have wrestled this year?
No, we wrestled once this year and 2 other times my sophomore year.
So what's been the outcome of those bouts?
He won this year 4-2, and we split my sophomore year.
So this was sort of a turnaround time, this championship bout.
Yeah.
Great
I was
bout.
looking forward to it.
Great bout.
That was a real good bout. Now, when I was coming up, they told me you never cross over on a Wizard. Now, you crossed over on that.
A little different.
But that was nice. You crossed over on the Wizard. You threw the legs in.
Yeah, that was a nice little throw by that you had. Changed levels coming out of it. Got yourself in behind, so it slid out and threw the crossbody in. That was a nice sequence.
Okay. Joey, can you sit here? Why don't you sit here and watch this first period with us?
Sure.
All right, we're going into the 174-pound bout. It's Rick Springman from Penn University, and he's wrestling Ed Mosley from Harvard. Now, Joey, he's one of your teammates. Have they wrestled this year?
Yeah, wrestled twice. I think Rick won them both. First match was close, and Rick's got a defensive fall.
Oh, it was a defensive fall? Because I saw it was a fall, and I think there was an injury to fall the second time.
Yeah, injury to fall the second one.
There was a nice article on your website about Ed. He was a national junior champion, and he's been preparing to be a national champion. Well, he's into the finals of the EIWAs.
I think he's ranked 4th right now. And Rick's ranked 2nd.
He's ranked 4th? So it's 4th and 2nd. So this is another
top quality.
Yeah.
Top quality competition. Very good.
This has been good bouts all night. This has not been a typical finals. It's been action, action, action. And it looks like they wrestle each other. When you have guys that have wrestled each other 3 and 4 times, the action, they kind of mirror each other's moves, and nothing really happens. Yeah.
So you find him as your workout partner?
Yeah, I work out with him sometimes. He's a little big for me, but...
Nice takedown.
Single leg by Springman. Goes out to a 2-0 lead, almost halfway through the first period. Now, who's better on top? I mean, is this match going to be decided on their feet, or?
Yeah, I think it'll be more decided on their feet.
That seems to be most of there's not a lot of mat wrestling anymore, it seems like, except guys that, well, you guys
in
both
the earlier rounds,
yeah.
There's more mat wrestling.
Looking forward to the NCAAs?
Oh, yeah. All year I've been looking forward to it.
Did you go out last year?
Yeah, I got 6th last year.
That's right. We knew that. Steve, you told me that.
Told you that before.
When we started the broadcast. I was out there. I should remember that. And Steve and I are going out this year. Under a minute in this first period. Rick Springman with a 2-0 lead, and he's picked up almost a minute of riding time.
Who's going to be your tough competition out the NCAAs?
Basically same people from last year. I'm ranked 5th right now. Well, Travers will be out there. Kid I just wrestled Joe Heskett, Kurt White, Pritzlaff, and...
Is this the Pritzlaff from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Donnie. I understand he's #1 ranked in the Big Ten going into their tournament, so...
Yeah, I wrestled him last year for 5th and 6th.
All right, thank you, Joey, for being with us, and we really look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks in St. Louis, and good luck out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on the championship bout.
Thank you.
And we'll take a blood timeout. Referee can stop the match, let it go as long as possible.
Okay, we now have a blood timeout, and that's different from an injury timeout. There is unlimited time for a blood timeout. For an injury timeout, if it's let's say a sprain or something, you get 1.5 minutes, but it's unlimited on the college level for blood. All right, let's look at a replay and see if we can. Let's watch that takedown.
Rich shot an outside single and stayed low on it. Got down below the knee and was able to work his way, spin behind, and then he eventually just reached across and was able to control both legs.
All right, let's look at that takedown. Here it comes. This is Rick Springman. He went opposite leg, didn't he?
Yeah.
Looked like he was going one way and he went the other. Nice single, head in deep. He controlled him with his head, got in behind. It made it really hard for Mosley to counter that.
Yeah, he got that leg extended and that controlled the hip position a little bit, locked it out, and was able to finish the move.
8 seconds left in the first period. Rick Springman from Penn, #2 ranked kid in the wrestler in the country, with a 2-0 lead to end the first period. We're going into the second period of this 174-pound bout. Rick Springman from Penn University with a 2-0 lead, with a takedown with about a minute gone in the first period. He rode out, so he's got 1 minute and 36 seconds riding time, and he got a quick escape. He's out 3-0, controlling this bout. Now, Joey Killar said that they've met twice, and Rick Springman has won both bouts.
He was in on a nice shot, but looked like Rick had some good hip position there and dropped his hips and defended that single pretty well, and was able to right there to scoot behind, block him off, and get the hands off his leg and spin behind.
So Springman's out to a 5-0 lead, minute 20 left, and out of bounds. So two takedowns and an escape by Springman. He's out to a 5-0 lead. 1:18 left in the second period. 1:46 riding time. Rick Springman's controlling this bout. He's right. Does he? What's he trying to do there, riding that leg?
Looks like he's just trying to control the hips, but he's reaching across for a far ankle and then coming inside the hip for the same far ankle, just mainly trying to control the position and control the hips so that Ed can't get his hips moving. Right now it looks like we got a tight waist and cross wrist working underneath.
He's having an easy time in this bout, but he certainly did not have an easy bout in his semifinal bout. I think he won 3-1 against Mark Dufresne from Lehigh, and that was as tight a bout as I've seen in the semifinals against a real tough wrestler. Mosley had a little easier time. I think, no, actually he didn't. That was tight too. I think that was a 4-3 match. Ed Mosley against Joe Tusseri from Cornell, the #3 seed. That's 3 pretty good wrestlers in this weight class.
Yeah, it looks like this weight class has some real high quality in it, and might do well out at the Nationals in 2 weeks.
Okay. We're at the end of the second period. Rick Springman from Penn University with a 5-0 lead going into the last period. We're into the third period, this 174-pound EIWA final. Rick Springman with a 5-0 lead, 2 takedowns and an escape over Ed Mosley from Harvard. This is the number 2 against the number 4 ranked wrestler in the country. And Rick Springman's really controlling this bout. Now, who took neutral? Was it Mosley's choice in this period?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Mosley's choice, and decided that in order for him to be able to come back and score, he was going to have to
do it from his feet.
Do it from his feet.
Yeah, Springman controlled him from the top in the second period, rode him out. He got over 3 minutes of riding time. Now this is an defensive fall. Defensive fall.
Mosley is trying to slide out through the bottom and stayed there just too long and got himself hung up a little bit. The referee was in position to see both shoulders flat on the mat.
So there was no control in the match, but you can't get back points, but you can get a fall. Let's watch that again.
Springman, right here, he's got control of the wrist, and he stepped over the hip, and he's got his hips controlled, but he's...
Oh, those shoulders are flat.
He was trying to slide out, but he got hung up there and stayed there just too long, and got both shoulders flat.
Now, Joey Killar said that it was a defensive fall second time. We'll be right back with the 184-pound weight class.
I can soar.
I can glide. I can laugh. I can do it. I can skate.
Join Saba as we skate the century. Help us fill every seat in the house for 2 spectacular shows at the Marine Midland Arena on Saturday, March 25th. It's a magical experience that the whole family will enjoy, featuring Olympic gold medalist Brian Boitano. Tickets are available at all Fantastic outlets. For group discounts, call 883-9728.
It's a little something I've done every night since I was a kid. Empty my pocket change into this old jar. It's never much, just what's left after I break $1. And I never thought I could get quality life insurance with my spare change.
Neither did I, until I saw a commercial for Conseco Direct Life. Imagine people our age getting life insurance at such an affordable rate.
If you're between 50 and 85, call now for free information on guaranteed acceptance life insurance from Conseco Direct Life. You know, for about 25 cents a day, you can have the protection to help cover your final expenses. Your premium will never increase, and your benefit will never decrease due to age. Call now for free information.
Call toll-free 1-800-581-8383 to receive free information and a free gift in the mail. Call 1-800-581-8383. The call is free, and so is this handy guide to Social Security. That number again is 1-800-581-8383. Call now.
We're into the 184-pound bout, EIWA championships from Lehigh University in the brown uniform with the white headgear. That's Rob Rohn, the #1 seed. He's wrestling Carl Rittger from Brown.
Yeah, that was a nice high crotch single that he did, but normally most guys when they shoot a high crotch end up shooting their opponent's right side, and he hit that high crotch going to the other side, and was very effective with it.
Escape by Rittger. It's 4-2. Looks like Rohn's gonna stay on his feet. He's real comfortable there, controlling Rittger's head. Now, we both talked about this. There was a Rohn who wrestled for Clarion University back in the 70s. Are they related? Do you know?
You know, I wish I could say that I did, but I know his dad was, I think, was an NCAA champion at Clarion, if it is his dad.
The two-time NCAA champ, wasn't he? Well, there was a Rohn that was a two-time NCAA champ from the Nazareth area, from Clarion back in the early 70s. So, well, if it's not dad and son, there's probably a genetic, they're related somehow, so.
Oh, nice. There's that high crotch again.
Great high crotch.
I think that's going to be a real good move for Rohn going out to the Nationals.
Well, that's a good move for a 184-pounder. You don't usually see that kind of speed from a 184-pounder.
Plus, the fact that he shoots it to the other side really creates a problem for most wrestlers, because their defense really is based on somebody shooting to the right side rather than the left side. And that could be a very useful tool for him.
And that's his 4th takedown. He takes an 8-3 lead, and we're under 30 seconds left in the first period. And this time it looks like he's going to maybe try and ride him out. Let's see. Yeah, there's a stalemate. Want to see what they do with that. But again, Rittker, he won his first bout, and then he beat the #2 seed, Ross Eisenberg from Cornell. And a lot of write-ups I saw said that would be a real good final, Eisenberg against Roan, but Rittker beat him 2-0 in the quarterfinals. And Pat O'Donnell from Harvard was the #6 seed, and he beat the #3 seed, Joey Hess from Harvard, Army in the quarterfinals. So this was the most upset-laden class. And we're coming to the end of the first period. Rob Roan from Lehigh University with an 8-3 lead. We're into the second period, 184-pound weight class. Rob Roan with a convincing 8-3 lead. He's had 4 takedowns. He gave up 3 escapes to Carl Rittker of Brown. He's really controlling this match. Okay, with that last win, Lehigh has now clinched the team title, and that part is over, but we've still got 3 bouts left, and these kids are still working for a position at the national tournament.
Yeah, remember that this tournament is very important to these kids. They're trying to work their way to get to a possible seeded position going into the NCAA tournament by winning the EIWA calendar tournament. They're going to get a little bit of look by the officials out there for the seeding committees, and possibly get themselves in the seeded positions.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, this tournament. This is the 96th year of this tournament. Some of the best wrestlers in college wrestling have come through this tournament. Darryl Burley, he was a 4-time finalist, NCAA finalist. He was the last 4-time finalist in this tournament. So back through the years, I mean, 1905 was the first EIWA tournament, EIWA ECAC tournament. This is a big deal all by itself, excluding the national tournament. Okay, Rittker's controlling on top. It's 8-3, but he's taken all the riding time back off the clock. It's now 0 riding time. We're under a minute, but Rittker it looks pretty good on top.
Yeah, he's riding that inside wrist, getting out to the side. It's a controlling position.
But there's the escape by Rob Roan. He's now out to a 9-3 lead. 40 seconds left in the second period. That was a nice little bit of riding by Rittker, but Roan continues to pull away. 9-3, under 30 seconds left in the second period. Now Roan had a pretty easy road here. He won 12-4 in his quarterfinal match. He did not have a first-round match, and then he wrestled Tom Tanis from Rutgers in the semis, and he pinned him. And Rittker was a little closer. Okay, coming to the end of the second period, Rob Roan with a 9-3 lead going into the third period. We're now in the third period, this 184-pound bout. Rob Roan from Lehigh with a 9-3 lead over Carl Rittker from Brown University. He's controlled on his feet. He's had 4 takedowns. Is it 4 takedowns? 4 takedowns and escape. Is that right, Steve?
Right.
I don't imagine he's going to try and ride him. No, there you go.
He's just going to go back where he's comfortable and go back on his feet. I would suspect at this point that Rittker's going to have to try to. Whoop, there we go. A little outside attack, controlling the leg.
Roan's just dominant on his feet.
Yep.
And there's another one.
Yeah.
What do they look for? Out of bounds, there's a lot of takedowns in college right at the out of bounds line. What's the referee looking for there?
Now, the referees are usually looking for control of the hips and seeing whether or not you've controlled both legs, first of all, and the guy's sitting on his hips with really no chance to defend himself. And so that would be deemed a controlling position.
Okay, Roan gave up the escape, 11-5. 110 left in the bout, Rob Roan. Lehigh University with an 11-5 lead. Ooh, nice double. He's hit that double 3 times now.
Well, he hit a little bit of a duck under off of it and then dropped down off the duck under to go for his double. Ricker did a good job of dropping his hips and popping back in and popping back in and almost got him off balance. But that's, right now Roan is still the aggressor. He's in the 3rd period. I think he's, trying to work some moves, work himself into, trying out different things leading into the NCAA tournament in a couple of weeks.
40 seconds left in the bout. Roan with the 11-5 lead. Head-to-head. Seen a lot of 2-on-1 in this, and that's the second time his headgear's come off. Under 30 seconds. He's back in on that double. Ooh, again,
he's good hip position, good hips by Richter.
That's the second shot in a row. He hasn't really been in good position.
No, he's really extending himself. He's dropping down and then reaching instead of getting Richter.
Stepping in.
Right, he's not getting Richter off balance and getting Richter to come into him too much. He's just dropping down and reaching, and he's actually getting his arms and his head extended up away from his body, and that could cause him a problem.
Yeah, he's getting a little sloppy. He's got a big lead, and he's feeling comfortable with it. Not quite as crisp as he was earlier in the match. We're counting down the last couple of seconds, and that's the match. Rob Roan, Lehigh University, with a very convincing 11-5 decision over Carl Richter from Brown University, who came all the way to the finals from a 7th seed. They're both going to the national championships in St. Louis in 2 weeks. Convincing win by Rob Roan.
Yeah. Lehigh has had a real good tournament thus far.
Okay, we're out of here. We'll see you back at the 197-pound bout.
For over 17 years, John's Pizza and Subs has been committed to quality service and good food in a wholesome family atmosphere. Our standard of quality starts with using only the finest ingredients available, like Tyson chicken. Our rolls, produce, and
Annapolis, Maryland. We're on the campus of the United States Naval Academy, and we have a Navy wrestler in the finals here in the 197-pound weight class. This is Justin Woodruff in the blue uniform from Navy. He's the #1 seed. He's going to be wrestling Corey Anderson from Cornell in the red uniform, the #3 seed. We're down to the last 2 bouts, and Woodruff I think he's a senior this year, and he's had a good tournament. He's 31-7 on the year. And Anderson is 7-1. I think he was out part of the season with an injury.
Yeah, they had a replacement, Bob Greenleaf from Cornell, that wrestled for them earlier in the year, and since he's been...
Oh, that's what it was. Greenleaf was ranked real high.
Right.
He was ranked #2 in the EIWA, ECAC, and he must have gotten hurt. So this must be the replacement for Greenleaf. Well, obviously, Anderson must be the replacement for Greenleaf.
Still, it's a heck of a replacement to come in here as a replacement and be seated #3.
Be the #3 seed. That shows some real depth up there for Cornell. I watched in the semifinals, Justin Woodruff. It was not a big win. I think the final score was 5-3, but he controlled it. He controlled the bout. He's pretty good on his feet. He's got that real wide base. Do you like wrestlers? I didn't never like to wrestle guys with a real wide base. It's kind of hard to get in on.
Yeah, well, if you have a real wide base, sometimes offensively, though, it's really hard for you to move. You can be a better defensive wrestler with that wide base than you can be an offensive wrestler, because you have a little difficulty trying to move and get your hips moving if your feet are so wide apart. So,
but what I watched him do in the semis, wide base, and then he'd move, and then he'd move to a stagger stance, and then he'd take his shot. See, like there he went to that stagger stance. He's wide. He'll move side to side. Then he'll set to a stance. He'll get his opponent moving and come in.
Well, we've been handed an information sheet here that the attendance here at the EIWL tournament is 1,241.
1,241 people up in the stands. A lot of people from Lehigh, a lot of people from Penn, a lot of people here following their teams. It's been a real good tournament. The finals have been very exciting. This is one of the premier. I love coming to this tournament.
Yeah, I think leading into this tournament, you know, with University of Penn going for a 5th title, and the fact that Lehigh had beaten Penn in their dual meet, that you know, there was a lot of people looking forward to this event from both of those schools.
Now there was a nice shot by Anderson, but with that wide base, it was pretty easily countered by Woodruff. He's also fairly quick on his feet. Up into the upper weight classes. This is 197. We're 20 seconds left in the first period. 0-0. There has been a lot of action. Oh, a little flurry there.
Yeah. Looked like Anderson attempted a little drag up top and was trying to get behind him and
fell off balance.
Yeah, lost a little bit of control and lost off balance, and probably would have dropped down and controlled the legs, but lost balance and too much in the air.
Well, it also looked like he hit that little drag and Woodruff just ran past it. He felt the drag coming and he ran out of it. We're coming to the end of the first period. 0-0, 197-pound bout between Justin Woodruff of Navy and Corey Anderson of Cornell. Into the second period in this 197-pound bout. And we've got Justin Woodruff from Navy against Corey Anderson from Cornell. 0-0 going into this period. Woodruff won the toss. He deferred. And Corey Anderson has taken the bottom position to start this second period. And it wasn't much of a first. Well, a
little Granby roll.
Not much of a first move, but a heck of a second move.
You know, that move came out of the Virginia Beach area years ago, and Virginia Beach down on the East Coast. Ooh, there's that drag again.
He's pretty good with that drag. Both of them, when I was in school, 197 pounders, you get up there and they were almost like small heavyweights. They were kind of ponderous. The more we go into wrestling, the longer it is, better athletes in it, and better wrestling in the upper weight classes. This is real wrestling. I like this. Justin Woodruff, 31-7 on the year. He's a senior at the Naval Academy, and he won 15-5 in the quarters over Paul Castellini, number 8 seed from Rutgers. And he beat Matt Greenberg from Columbia in the semifinals. He won it convincingly, but Greenberg's a freshman from Columbia, and looks like he's going to be a good one. Now these guys, I have watched in this match a little more than some of the other bouts. They use their head more, a little more hands in the face. It looks like a little bit rougher than some of the other bouts we've seen.
I think that's why we were getting our second timeout for a slight nose problem over there with
that a nosebleed?
Mr. Woodruff. Yeah, they're checking him out.
But they're not calling injury time, so there must be. He's okay.
Trying to clean him up a little bit.
He's on his way right back out.
Now Cornell this year, they went out to the national duels and competed really well out there and finished in seventh place. Very nice finish for the Ivy League school in that competition.
That's a tough tournament.
Under 30 seconds now, men.
Now, who won that this year? I know Iowa had a schedule conflict, couldn't make it. So, was it Iowa State who won the national duels this year? You can't remember either?
Minnesota, I believe.
Minnesota. 10 seconds left in the second period. Cornell with the 1-0 lead with the escape on the Granby roll. We're into the third period of this 197-pound bout. Corey Anderson from Cornell with a 1-0 lead with a Granby roll escape early in the second period. And kind of interesting, Justin Woodruff decided to try and win on his feet. He did not take down. You think that was a good call on his part, Steve?
Well, it looks like, oh, there he is. Looks like he's made a good decision.
If he converts.
If he converts, he's right. You know,
he's in nice and deep on a...
He's in. He's got to get his hips under so he can get his head up.
I think, yeah.
Well, we got a stalemate.
Looked like he just went into that stalemate position. Corey Anderson countered real well and got his hips in deep. And I think they're going to take another look at Mr. Woodruff's nose. Now, Anderson beat the number 2 seed, Mike Fickle from Penn, 4-1 in the semis. But they're right back into the action. Minute 30 left in the bout.
Nice high crotch.
And he's back in again. Woodruff is back in on a single. But Anderson's locked up in the crotch.
No, he's got to improve that position. He can't just hang there. You're going to get this stalemate.
He's not finishing.
Yeah, you've got to get those. You get the leg. You got to get those hips in, and once you get the hips in, you got to lift and elevate the guy in the air. And
go one way or the other. Do something with it. If you stop, you're not going to be able to convert the takedown.
All right, looks like he was too content to just get in there and hang on that leg and instead of improve it. It was a nice deep shot, but you've got to be able to improve that position and square up your hips underneath and get that shoulder in underneath and elevate your opponent.
I'm wondering if the nose is bothering him because he gets in and he's not following through after he hits a pretty nice shot.
I would suspect not. I would suspect that you know, he was just being a little bit cautious in that position because Mr. Anderson had a lock through the crotch and just didn't want to get himself in trouble.
There's a stall warning against Anderson. Okay, 53 seconds left in the bout. Corey Anderson from Cornell was just warned from stalling, but he still holds a 1-0 lead. We'll look for Justin Woodruff to attack, and if he can't get the takedown, to at least make Anderson back up and pick up a point, put this thing into overtime.
Yeah, he's going to have to push the pace. He's going to have to control and keep attacking, just like the way he is right now. But right now,
Anderson's just barely.
Anderson takes a shot off an underhook, and he may not even have to finish this position to try to score out of it.
We're under 30 seconds. And we're in a scramble position.
But Woodruff's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Well, that's kind of a strange position.
He can't finish the move, and he can't change. Oh, there he goes. He can't really change it.
Under 5 seconds in the bout, and they're probably going to finish right here. And that's the bout. Corey Anderson from Cornell University with a 1-0 decision over the number 1 seed, Justin Woodruff from the Naval Academy. Now that was an interesting kind of a scramble position there at the end.
Yeah.
By Corey Anderson. All right, we're gonna take a short break now, and we'll be back with the final bout of the evening. Welcome back. Heavyweight division, David Raoul from Harvard. Actually, it's David Raoul from Harvard in the red and black singlet, and he's wrestling Adeniyi-Bada from Penn. Now, Adeniyi-Bada is the number 4 ranked wrestler in the country at the 285-pound weight class, but this is really a deep weight class, Steve. They've got 5 or 6 kids here that really I think could win bouts out at the national tournament.
Yeah, they've had some pretty good quality here in the heavyweight division.
Well, I'll tell you how tough it is. Seth Charles from Cornell won this tournament last year. He was the number 2 seed coming in, and he lost in the semifinals to David Raoul from Harvard in a 3-2, and it was in second overtime. It was on a tiebreaker. Raoul escaped and won the bout. And it was a good 3-2 bout. But 285-pound weight class, there'll be a lot more jockeying for position. These are both,
these are both pretty good athletes.
Yeah, pretty good athletes. One of the best things that college wrestling did a number of years ago was to set a weight class, set the 285-pound weight class. Used to be you had 400, 450-pounders, and they won just on sheer bulk, not on wrestling ability. This made heavyweight exciting again.
It brought the athletic ability back into the heavyweight division. You had some really big people back then, and size was a big deterrent to some of the real good athletes who were 250, 260, 270 pounders that just had real trouble dealing with that much weight and that much size.
That was a nice shot by Bada, but a great counter by DiRubbo from Harvard University. Now, Harvard's had 3 kids in this in the finals of this tournament. This is Penn's 4th or 5th finalist and Harvard's 3rd. Killar won at the 165, Mosley 2nd at 174 for Harvard. Now DiRubbo out of the number 3 seed into the finals here. Under a minute to go in the first period.
Spinning, puffing, and warming our fat-free snacks. And sure enough, it only took about a minute. We did the same with a snack called French Fluffs, then another one called Outer Space, and a few Munchables later.
Okay, we're almost ready to dig in, but first we have to spray our snacks with the Munchable flavor mist. Then we'll select the seasoning of our choice.
So we sprayed away, then sprinkled different seasonings all over our homemade snacks.
Now can we taste them, Paul?
Dig in.
So we snacked away on French Fluffs and Space Snacks and Ringy Dings. And what did we think?
Well, Michael, what'd you think?
I like these better.
Okay, and Andrew, which did you like better?
I like the Munchables better because they had a crispier texture, and you could pick any flavor you wanted. How about you, Paul?
Well, I gotta tell you, if it were between Munchables and not snacking, I wouldn't snack.
Well, the Munchable Snack Factory didn't exactly live up to its claims. Only 1 out of 3 snackers preferred the Munchable snacks to regular store-bought snacks. But there was one thing we all agreed on. We all like to snack.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, Uncle Sam is being asked to help shore up the shore to make sure beachgoers will have plenty of room in the sun this summer. And while we wait for summer, we'll show you how some people get some fun out of the winter. That more when we come right back. Plus Carol's forecast, along with all the day's top stories, still ahead on Eyewitness News. Stay with us.
Eyewitness News Weather Center, sponsored by Tri-State Toyota.
Shopping the tent sale, huh? I'll show you a tent sale. Your Toyota dealer's 10-day tent sale has new Camry leases at a low $239 a month, 36 months, $2,900 due at signing plus taxes and fees. Camry Solaras, only $249 a month, 36 months, $3,500 due at signing plus taxes and fees. There's a great selection, so stake out your savings now. Ooh, doesn't that make you a happy camper? Great. And you're still here? Go.
Tonight is Super Tuesday on CBS, starting with the #1 action drama,
Torpedo in the water.
Jag. What can you say after making over 100 great episodes? Look at it as war games. Yes, sir. Followed by an all-new 60 Minutes 2. Then,
I'm Amy Gray. Oh, you're the judge.
Judging Amy is the #1 U drama of the season.
You do it again, you end up in state prison.
A television triumph that continues to make headlines nationwide.
You're growing.
Jag, 60 Minutes 2, Judging Amy. That's why they call it Super Tuesday on CBS.
Get the stopping power you need and the savings you want during the Meineke brake sale.
For a limited time, save 50% off lifetime brake pads and shoes at Meineke. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Ronnie put grapes in my Kool-Aid.
You can add anything you want to your favorite Kool-Aid flavors. We've already added the vitamin C.
Vanessa, how do you like your Kool-Aid?
On a stick.
Now, give me some of that smile.
At the Home Depot, we can help you make something great out of a little lumber, or a can of paint, even a few pieces of ceramic tile. We can also help you make something great out of yourself. Join one of America's most successful and admired companies. Join the Home Depot. If you like improving things, have we got a job for you? The Home Depot. Great careers built here. Call us toll-free.
If you see news, accidents, or traffic delays, report it with your cellular phone. Just dial *KYW and be part of the Cellular One mobile force.
Voters in 16 states pick a presidential favorite on this Super Tuesday, and the outcome could thin the number of candidates.
And there's another big break in the dollar store murders. And this morning we're learning more about the terror-filled moments just before the victims were gunned down. This is Eyewitness News.
Live from KYW3 Philadelphia, this is Eyewitness News this morning.
It is Tuesday, March the 7th, 2000. Good morning, everyone. I'm Amy Caples.
I'm Brendan Brooks in for Pat Chiraki. We'll have those stories, plus one man's amazing story of survival and luck when his truck plunges off a Route 422 right into the Perkiomen Creek.
A gorgeous Tuesday ahead for you. Tom LeMaine is off. Carol Erickson is in, and she has the KYW forecast. Good morning.
Amy and Brandon, it's a perfect day. You may want to pack a lunch and eat outside today because the weather will be that nice, and do the same thing tomorrow and Thursday as well with this glorious weather over us. Right now, kind of a chilly start. 35 degrees in Philadelphia, 32 in Wilmington, 30 in Trenton, 24 degrees in Millville, 28 in Atlantic City right now. But look how high these temperatures will go today, and we're not going to stop there. This weather keeps getting better. 66 degrees today, mostly sunny skies, winds out of the southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, at the shore, you may see a little bit of a sea breeze kick in, and that could lower your temperatures to 57 for the high today. In the Poconos, mostly sunny, a high temperature 60 degrees. If you're getting into your car right now, you can hear my forecast on Oldies 98. And speaking of cars and traffic, here's Ralph Fox.
Thanks, Carol. Good morning once again. We're off to a pretty good start on the roadways, starting to get some of those normal rush hour backups there. Taking a look here, Sky I-3, where 422 meets 202, and you can see we've got a bit of a delay there. Otherwise, no reported problems on 422 or 202. Taking a look at the 42 split leading up to the Walt Whitman Bridge. No problems on 42 or 55. The Walt Whitman and Ben Franklin bridges both in good shape. Taking a look, 95 north and south near the Betsy Ross Bridge exit. 95 southbound, generally slow at this point from Bridge down to Girard due to a disabled vehicle that's in the right lane. Northbound, we've got that ongoing construction between Penn's Landing and the Ben Franklin Bridge. Just 2 lanes getting by there. SEPTA Mass Transit, no reported delays. I'm Ralph Fox. That's the latest from the KYW Traffic Center.
Topping Eyewitness News at 6:30 this morning. It is Super Tuesday. Campaign 2000 reaches a major milestone today with primary elections or caucuses in 16 states, and the candidates have been going full bore. Democratic frontrunner Al Gore spent yesterday in New York, one of the Super Tuesday primary states. As he has in the past few days, Gore spending more time attacking his GOP rivals than his Democratic opponent. Gore blasted Republican George W. Bush, saying Texas is 49th in the nation